294 days since Clay Battelle last took the field, the Seabees lost a nail-biter to the Magnolia Golden Eagles 14-12. But a new season is peeking out on the horizon, and some say it looks to be beautiful. With many returning starters and the addition of some new transfers, expectations are now on the Seabees to deliver under head coach Aaron LePeau. On the other side, it's the Cameron Dragons, coming off the best season in the program's history. They look to prove that they are not just a one-hit wonder. The high school football landscape has changed a lot since November. New classifications, some schools have closed their doors. NIL has made its way into high school football. But one thing doesn't change. When the clock strikes 7, 22 players will do battle for 48 minutes in the ultimate battle of teamwork, toughness, and mental fortitude. It's the Cameron Dragons and the Clay Battelle Seabees live from Cameron, West Virginia. When we come back, we'll have an interview with Coach Aaron LePeau here on WAJR.com.
Your child doesn't have to leave home or go to college to build a future. The energy industry is hiring, starting at $25 an hour, with benefits and certifications. And the more they learn, the more they earn. It's hard work, but it's worth it. It's not a short-term job. It's a career. And the energy industry is hiring. DPS Land Services. Learn more at dpslandservices.com. Your child doesn't have to leave home or go to college to build a future. The energy industry is hiring, starting at $25 an hour, with benefits and certifications. And the more they learn, the more they earn. It's hard work, but it's worth it. It's not a short-term job. It's a career. And the energy industry is hiring. DPS Land Services. Learn more at dpslandservices.com. Your child doesn't have to leave home or go to college to build a future. The energy industry is hiring, starting at $25 an hour, with benefits and certifications. And the more they learn, the more they earn. It's hard work, but it's worth it. It's not a short-term job. It's a career. And the energy industry is hiring. DPS Land Services. Learn more at dpslandservices.com.
Welcome back
Your
to
child
the
doesn't
pregame
have to
show
leave
here
home
on
or go to college.
WAJR.com, a special
Your child doesn't have to leave home
pre-recorded
or go to
edition.
college.
We're going to try something a little bit different this year, and I have the coach with me, Coach Aaron LePeau, on the phone. Coach, how are you doing today?
Doing great.
Of course, joined by me as always is my color commentator, Chance Collins. And Chance, I'm going to let you start off with the first question. Oh, wait, no, I need to start off with the first question, don't I?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. All right, Coach, we'll get right into it. First thing I want to ask you is that coming into your second season, what have you learned the most in your first year as a head coach that you want to emphasize in this season?
Oh, wow. That's a good question. What have I learned the most that I want to emphasize this season? I guess I'd say trying to teach the children how to be leaders. Everybody talks about, hey, you need to be a leader, go be a leader. And what I've learned is they need taught how to be a leader. So we've been intentional about bringing the leaders in the office and having conversations with them and talking to them about what we believe in. And they got to choose what we believe in, like who we are, what is Clay Battelle football. They defined it. And then we drew a line on the board of like, this is the standard. What are things that raise the standard and what are things that lower it as far as actual behaviors in our locker room? And that has been a beautiful thing to like see happen as far as watching kids, teaching them to be leaders and watching them take that and run with it. It's been cool. So there's an old saying out there that says that when nobody's leading, the team's bad. When the coach is leading, the team is average. And when players are leading, the team has a chance to be great. So I would say that's what we're really trying to change from year one to year two.
All right, Coach, I'm going to go ahead. That was definitely a nice answer. I like what you had to say there. I'm going to ask question 2, which is, what about the work over the offseason makes you feel this team is more committed than in years past?
Just that we had a lot of participation. we've had, since the season ended, there were kids that were dying to get in the weight room since last season ended, and they've been in there and they've been committed. And a lot of it's like your best players and your leaders. And I just talked to you about leadership, but I've told other people this, but like a kid like Braden Ponceroff, he gets it. Like, he doesn't just show up to the weight room himself. He brings a bunch of kids with him, and he makes sure that everybody else is there. He's checking on everybody else, and he's giving them a ride if they need a ride. When they're in the weight room, he's taking time to coach a kid up and help them with technique. So it's, a lot of times, like sometimes like skill players, they get a bad reputation about being like prima donnas or not working hard. And we're fortunate that our kids that are All-State and our second-team All-State and things like that, and honorable mention, our best players are also our hardest workers and our best leaders. So that's exciting to see.
One thing I want to mention about that is that, Coach, I don't know if you came up with this saying or if you got it from somewhere. If you did, I'd love to hear who it was from. But you said you said this after the scrimmage, and don't worry, it's in the locker room. It was appropriate. But you said that commitment is not something we just put on the back of a T-shirt. It is something we live by. And if I was one of your players, I probably would have been ready to run through a brick wall for you at that point, because that was one of the best quotes I have ever heard. So
I think that might have been original.
Well, there you go. See, it's going to be on the T-shirt next year.
Well,
all right.
I already put it. We put it on a weightlifting T-shirt, so
there you go.
That might have been where that came from. Yeah.
So my next question is about Corey Cohen, because the quarterback position is probably the most important position in football. What have you seen from him in growth from last season to this season?
Well, he's been one of the kids that's been committed in the off season to the weight room. He's a lot more well-defined, bigger, stronger, faster. So he's the physical tools are more impressive than last year. And also, like, you grow from your sophomore season to your junior season. So he's grown some. And then he just has a very thorough understanding of our playbook, which, when the first game he started last year, Hancock, was just, was just the beginning. And so it's nice to be able to always just keep doing a little bit more with him as far as the playbook goes. So he's really done it all as far as improving his body and also his brain. So I've been real happy with him, yeah.
All right, that is nice to hear about Corey. I know that in the 7-on-7 when we came over and visited with you guys, like the competitive spirit that kid has, you just can't help but to love it, and I hope his teammates grab a hold of that and run with it.
No, he is a true competitor. I mean, he might be playing chess during a chess club, or he might be I have an ultimate Frisbee club, and we're just in there playing ultimate Frisbee and running around, and he wants to win. He's a competitor, and so you can roll with kids like that for sure.
Okay. Now, with question number 4 here is, what newcomer or underclassman are you looking at taking a step up this season?
Oh, man. That would be a lot to name. There's a lot of newcomers. I'll start with our boys who are on our team now with 100 closing. And, again, I'd like to say, like, they did not want their school to close. Nobody wanted their school to close. We all, our communities believe in small schools, but we were their best option when that happened. And we hate that their school closed, but we're tickled to death that we're here because they're good kids. So Trey Huggins is he was already honorable mention All-State for 100 last year, so he's a phenomenal athlete. Jackson Huggins was a good he played some fullback and linebacker for them. He's going to play offensive line for us. He's been unselfish like that. Yeah, I'll go play offensive line. I just want to win, coach. And so he's going to play offense and defensive line and some linebacker. Both of those boys are real impressive. Colt Sandy has already scored over 1,000 points in basketball for 100. So he's one of the best athletes in Wetzel County. and he is just he might be the toughest kid on our team as far as just mental, having guts. You know, if we run the hill, he won't stop. He wants more. And if we take it easy on him one day and don't run the hill, he's like upset about it. He's just that tough and has that big of a motor. So all three of those guys are going to be very impressive. We have another newcomer. His name's Cody Clovis. He was at Santa Fe, New Mexico last year. His dad's originally from our community. He just moved home. And he's just a very fast athlete that we're going to utilize in a lot of places. And if you watched our scrimmages, he's already made some just phenomenal, amazing athletic plays on our scrimmages.
Nobody can stop talking about Santa Fe in this booth. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah. And we have a freshman, Jacob Layton, who he's a freshman. He was on our middle school team last year, but he did not miss one day in the weight room, and he has worked himself into being able to play varsity football on the defensive line. Some kids that are, underclassmen. Caleb Hall had a really nice freshman season last year, ran for 700-something yards, and so we look to him to be able to do more at tailback, and same thing with Caleb Snodgrass, who was a 10th grader last year. He's a junior. He's also one of the toughest kids that you've ever been around. And back there at running back too, another kid, newcomer from 100, Tyler Sleeth, has been looking good at running back. I keep naming all these names. And
I was about to say we asked for a couple guys. He just named off the whole team, pretty much, guys. And he left off so many guys. I mean, it's just.
I was gonna say, can I throw one more out there?
Sure.
What's your thoughts watching leading up?
I love talking about him. So
is J.J. Dotson, if I'm pronouncing that correctly?
J.J. Doshin.
Doshin.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had an injury at center last year. Alex Dancer was a senior, got hurt, and JJ came in and played center as a freshman. And he was 190 last year as a freshman. Now he's 230, and he plays center and he plays defense. And again, he's just like he's what our goal when we go into a game. We aren't results oriented; we're process oriented, and our goal is to be the toughest football team on the field, and another one that JJ is tough. And no, he is going to be impressive to watch this year too. I'm glad you mentioned his name because and another. I guess Cameron Mercer he's a senior. He's been around. He's not a newcomer or an underclassman. He's a senior, but oh man, get ready to watch him play too. On the offensive and defensive line. There's a bunch I could talk about all of them. One of the cool things is being a small school, we have 26 kids on the team. 19 of them are absolutely ready to play varsity football. And they're going to be playing Friday night at meaningful times throughout the game. So we're preaching to our kids that, listen, starter's just a word. There's 19 of you. And then, so we have 7 kids that still aren't ready yet, that are, developmental JV type players. But 19 of them that we believe that you can trust to go win varsity football games, which is,
hard to believe in single A, especially.
Yeah, it's kind of, exactly. It's hard to believe. Yeah. But it's true. And we hope that gives us, some strategic advantage with keeping them fresh and things like that.
Well, all right. We'll move on from talking about us. I know you could talk about us all day, but we got to talk about the opponent a little bit in Cameron. And I sum this up in just a few words because it's hard to describe them. But in your words, what makes them so good?
Maybe what we're trying to be, like I say, we're wanting to be the toughest team on the football field. They're they're toughest team on the football field when you watch them on film when they're playing. They're very, aside from that, they're very fast and they're very aggressive and they're well coached. Coach Brown does a great job with them. His defensive coordinator makes sure they're ready for anything you throw at them. So that's been what's, what stands out to me looking at them as an opponent as far as what makes them Cameron. Yeah.
And kind of feeding off of that, Coach, I'll go with how do you feel about going up against a team week one that this community hasn't beaten in a decade?
Yeah, so I knew you guys were going to ask me that question. This is what I tell the kids, and I genuinely believe this. I tell them, I don't care if you're playing the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Wetzel County Crawdads. There's a process to being successful.
Ziebart is your local expert for automotive appearance and protection. Let's talk about rust. Rust is slowly eating away at the metal in your car. Ziebart Rust Protection stops the rust that began the minute you drove your vehicle home. And even if your car isn't new, Ziebart's Rust Eliminator halts existing rust in its tracks. Protect one of life's largest investments. Go to Ziebart.com. Ziebart of Morgantown, I-68 Exit 7. Rust never stops until you hire Ziebart.
Welcome back to the last segment of the pregame show between the Clay Battelle Seabees and Cameron. Joined by me, as always, is Chance Collins. And Chance, we'll talk a little bit about Cameron, and then we'll get into some what's going on around the state. So, obviously, a lot of people know Cameron is the returning state runner-up, lost to Wahama in the state championship. However, they are returning some talent. And mainly that starts with their quarterback.
Yes, the quarterback, I've seen some film on Cameron this year, and I can tell you clearly is their best athlete. They've put their best athlete at quarterback for sure, and he will be a handful come Friday night.
Kason Angel is the guy's name, and probably his number one target will be wide receiver Sawyer Reed. And if that name sounds familiar, it's because he was running all across the CB's defense and probably special teams last year on Metro News Television.
Yeah, I
think he returned the kickoff back for a touchdown, but I do know the kid's got elite speed.
Yeah, but I was thinking, we were both thinking that he was the one to return. Like, we wanted to build up. Maybe there was the second half comeback, and then you kick off to we believe this kid Reed, and he just returned it all the way, and it was kind of the air came out of the sails for say last year for us.
And then they have another John Marshall running back transfer in Marshall Holland. We'll see how he adjusts to single-A football. Moving on to what we see about this Cameron team, I mean, Chance, I'll just ask you the question. Do you believe there's really a such thing as a championship hangover in high school football, or do you think that high school football, especially in single-A, is more of a been there, done that, and the hardest part is really trying to break through to say that you've been there and you have done that?
I believe it adds a major advantage to the mental game in games if you've been there before. The hardest part normally is it takes a year for you to get to the state championship, in the playoffs, just make it to the playoffs. Then you take that year of growth, that gets you to the championship game. The hard part in single-A football is that normally when you make that championship game, you better win it, because come next year, you're going to lose about 5 to 6 players that are major contributors to that team. And then it becomes, you got certain teams that we can talk about like Martinsburg and them, they just reload. But in single-A football, that's a lot harder. The transfer rule, you mentioned the John Marshall guy coming in. Maybe that's what Cameron needs. Maybe they brought in somebody they knew at a position they were going to be weak. They bring in something and they're reloading up. I do know on the film they look small, but they look fast.
Absolutely. So, I was going to ask Chance if we wanted to do a score prediction for this game, but I don't think we're going to do that for this game. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at things around the state. We'll start off with Quad A. Wheeling Park against Parkersburg South. Who do you got in this one? We don't have to get into too much specifics. It is week 1, so we're probably just going to go off here on a whim. and once the season develops, you'll hear people talk about guys, and we'll sit there and go, okay, that's a name probably we should recognize, and then kind of go from there. This week, it's all about guesses.
I'm going to go with Wheeling Park just because I feel they've been the more consistent program as of late. I feel like Parkersburg South has had ups and they've had downs. If it ends up being an up year for them, they can probably take it, but at this time I'm going to go with Wheeling Park.
That's exactly what I was going to say, Chance, because I think this year is an up year for Parkersburg South, because last year and probably the last couple of years has been down. So I'm going to go with Parkersburg South. Probably the game of the week here. It is in the Eastern Panhandle. No surprise there. The returning Quad A runner-up Spring Mills going up against their Eastern Panhandle foes, the Jefferson Cougars. A lot of hype talking around Jefferson this year. What do you think in that matchup?
I'm drinking the Kool-Aid is what I'm going to tell you. Like, I think Spring Mills last year was great for their school, and I think it will help them in the long run. But the quarterback they lost last year, I think, is just going to be too much for them to overcome early in the season. I think they're going to have some growth. Jefferson, on the other hand, I just believe in an up-and-coming program in Quad A, and I believe in that coaching staff that I see and what they're growing down there. I'm going to take Jefferson week 1.
I'm probably going to take Jefferson as well. So we're in agreement there. We'll move on to AAA here. The other two schools in Marion County, North Marion and East Fairmont, probably not your usual suspects with Fairmont Senior here. I always say this. I feel like it's a shame that East Fairmont is in Marion County because I feel like they could play if they were in AAA in any other county, they'd be the second or best team in the county. But unfortunately, you're in a county with two schools that are perennial state championship contenders, whether it was in AA or whether it was in AAA. Now they're both in AAA, of course. East Fairmont versus North Marion. Who you got?
I'm going to take East Fairmont. I'm just going with that because I think it's a big game for them. I think they need to start out fast if they want to have any chance at making the playoffs, and I think this could be a game where they could gain several points because I do think North Marion's a good ball club.
I'm going to say the classic saying, been there, done that. I'm going to take North Marion. All right, South Charleston versus Ripley. I put this one on here because Ripley made the playoffs last year. I believe they had a very good year, went 7-3, 8-2. Was one of those kind of things where you were looking at the record and go, how'd that happen? I think they won a playoff game as well, ended up getting beat by a state championship contender. And then you have South Charleston. You're probably thinking, well, Ethan, I mean, you're talking about a playoff team in Ripley that is playing a team that I think won one game or two games last year in South Charleston. Why are you picking them? Simply because of the head coach. The head coach of South Charleston transferring back from Hurricane, brought some of his players from South Charleston when they won a state championship back in 2020 with him to Hurricane. Got to imagine the same thing's happening again where kids from Hurricane are going back to South Charleston or maybe even just came up through the Hurricane ranks, got to know the coach, going to South Charleston now. I think South Charleston's going to be dangerous this year in AAA.
It's hard to argue with you because I do love coaching, and I think coaching has a lot to do in high school football. But I do think it takes a little while to change your program is what I'll say. And for some reason, I brought up the point that sometimes in high school football, you take that first year to get in the playoffs and you learn from it. I think Ripley's returning enough that they're going to take this off South Charleston.
Moving on. Well, I'm going to take South Charleston here. Moving on to AA. Saturday game at Roane County, and no, Roane County's not playing in it. It's James Monroe versus Williamstown. Need I say more? I mean, it's Dubtown. They get dubs. What do you expect?
Williamstown does, and there's no doubt about that. I'm never really excited to see Williamstown. I'll just put it out there, okay? But I will tell you this. I'm excited to see what this program does this year. And the reason I say that is because I think the coach down there is going to have to replace more than he's replaced in a long time.
Ever.
And
if you don't mind, I'm going to throw a stats at you real quick. 48 players, which, good Lord, at Williamstown. 36 of them freshmen and sophomores.
And, I mean, you just think about the star players they've lost in the last couple of years that, I was surprised last year he done as good as he did when they moved up to AA. I'll be honest. I think he done an excellent coaching job last year. But at the same time, I just don't see him repeating it this year. But I am going to take Williamstown with the win. I think this game's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people expect because I think James Monroe's got a good ball club. But Williamstown's conditioning will be what wins this game for him.
Ricky Allen's younger brother, I'm sure you remember that name from a couple of years ago. He's going to be the starting quarterback at a sophomore this year. Williamstown also getting a turf field, Chance. I know how much you love that.
Yeah, it's the one thing I liked about Williamstown is when you went down to watch them play, at least I got to watch on a grass field. It was normally a pretty muddy mess field, but at the same time,
you also got to sit in those great visiting bleachers as well.
All three of them, yes, yeah. I agree.
Anyway, I have Williamstown winning as well. Can't pick against my alma mater here. AA, Lincoln High School, which is is it in Shinston, technically, in
yes.
Shinston, against Elkins, which is a AAA school now with the new reclassifications. Chance, who you got in this one?
I'm going to go out on a limb here. I know Lincoln normally runs a high-scoring offense, and I think early on, I'm going to take Lincoln with the upset, even though they're playing a class up. I think they're going to pull it out.
Elkins has usually never really been a perennial contender at the AA or AAA side, whichever classification they've been in. I just threw that out there because it's AA versus AAA side. I'm going to take Lincoln as well. We're going to highlight three single A matchups. I guess it's the Hayes Collins Bowl, right? Is that technically right? With Tyler Consolidated versus Ritchie County High School. Tyler Consolidated also in AA here, Ritchie County in single A. Who you got, Chance?
Family, the Collins side of it. My kids go to Ritchie County. Tyler, having my cousin's kids going there. But at the same time, I think Tyler's just been a more consistent program. And I think a program
they've been like that close. Like a few times. Now, Ritchie County's gotten over that hump, won one state title. You just sit there and go, Tyler's been so close so many times.
And I just think the talent is more there right now. I think Ritchie's kind of rebuilding. They had a down year, switched coaches, I think, at least going into last year. And I think they're still trying to build that program up where Tyler's just going to have the advantage.
I'm going to take Tyler as well. Two opponents that CB's fans are familiar with, Tigritz Valley versus Valley Wetzel. One of these schools not on the schedule this year in Tigritz Valley, but you still will play Valley Wetzel come week 3. Chance, who you got in this one?
I'm going to go with Valley Wetzel, and my main thing is we brought up the consolidation thing, and I do think it's going to make Valley a better team because of it. The one thing that does scare me is I know they lost their quarterback from last year, who was an all-state player, and it'll be interesting to see how they replace him.
Is it weird? Isn't it kind of weird to think about the I guess the expectations that we're throwing to this team, and we went 0-2 against these guys last year? It's wild to think about. Anyways, I'm actually gonna take Valley Wetzel as well. Probably one of the games of the week here. Probably, I would argue, the second best game in single A, first being Cameron and Clay Battelle. You should tune into that one on WAJR.com, but you're probably already doing that. Second best game is East Hardy versus Wahama, Chance. Possibly a state semifinal preview that we're looking at here.
It definitely got some talented teams right here coming out. Like for a week 1 matchup, you're going to learn a lot of, I guess, the real team versus a contender, or you're going to find out that both of them are contenders because it just ends up being a really, really good ball game. I will take East Hardy. I think they're going to be able to make that bus trip up there to Wahama. I think Wahama won the title last year, and if you ask me, can there be a hangover? The hangover is going to be you lost a lot of kids and you got to replace them.
Been there, done that, Chance. I'm going to take Wahama in this one. So, all right, those are our picks for the week. And with it being week 1, we always like to do predictions on this show, and we're going to pick 4 state champions. Chance, I'll let you go first. Who do you have winning in Quad A? Well, I know who you have winning, but tell the audience.
Until somebody knocks off the king, they remain the king, and it will be Martinsburg.
I have the Huntington Highlanders.
It's an interesting pick, but at the same time, it's just hard to.
They have a wide receiver and tight end who I watched go down to the wire. I watched this team go down to the wire with Martinsburg in the semifinals last year. All it took was them going for a 2-point conversion and failing it in Martinsburg for them to advance to the state championship. I think they have a lot of their guys returning back, but they do have the top recruit, I think the top recruit in the state, and I'm blanking on his name, but he's committed to Clemson to play wide receiver. If that tells you anything. So I'm going to go with the Huntington Highlanders. AAA. Chances have been there, done that when it comes to state champs. Not picking winners, obviously, but,
It is. It's a been there, done that. They run an offense that I absolutely love and you absolutely hate.
It's boring, Chance. It's boring.
I don't know how you can say
If I want to watch 1930s football, I'll watch the Cleveland Browns actually win a championship, okay?
Okay, you say boring, but there's a difference between what most people like. When Navy runs it, it's 3 yards.
Navy is a triple option.
It's 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
This is rugby with pads, Chance, and more pauses.
But when they run the rugby system from the moment they're 1.5 years old until they get to be a senior in high school, it ain't 3 yards in a cloud of dust. It's one play in 80 yards, and it's just hard to go against Bridgeport.
I'm going against Bridgeport. I'm going to go with Princeton. Air it out, boys. Air it out, Tigers. I'm going with Princeton. He's writing it down. He's probably going to look back on this. We're probably going to be here on the last week in November, and he's going to be like, see this? It's sand. You know what it's going to be on week 10 in high school? Sand.
And I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, it will only be brought up when we're eating that phenomenal barbecue that I found in Charleston, okay?
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, can't even remember the name of the shop right now, but we end up, I heard Dooley
Hey, careful about the advertising, okay?
But I don't even remember the name. All I remember is I heard dueling banjos on the way to the shop, and I really wasn't sure if we were going to make it back out of the valley. And we come across a barbecue shop that was easily the best barbecue I've ever ate.
Yeah. I forget the name, too. Anyway, AA side. I'll actually go first. Frankfurt's repeating.
You're going to hear that repeat often because it's Frankfurt.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll move on to single A, Chance.
How about you lead the way on this one again?
Oh, really?
Yeah, go ahead and put it out there because I don't want to say save the best for last, but
well, you probably have the more realistic approach, but I'm kind of going hopeful here. I'm going to go with Tug Valley.
Interesting pick. I know they're returning a lot.
Only because Wheeling Central, which is who you're going to pick for the state championship here, spoiler alert, okay, folks? Wheeling Central Catholic is going to lose some games, okay? They will not be the number one seed. They may win the state championship, but they will not be the number one seed. What kills Wheeling Central more than anything in the world?
Talent. Go ahead.
No, it's grass. It's natural grass.
It is, but they won't play them. They'll play them in the championship game on turf.
They're going to play. They're going to be the number 3 seed, and Tug Valley's going to be the number 1 seed, and they're going to beat them on their home floor.
I'm going to word it this way to you. Wheeling Central Catholic is going to get to play on a turf field in the championship game. The only down part for them is going to be it ain't going to be at Wheeling Island where 90% of their fans show up with the high license plates because they're a private school. Wheeling Central Catholic is Steubenville JV, and they will repeat again and again as state champions until my gripe that I have all the time, that private schools should in no way, shape, or form be able to play in the class that they're in. They should always have to play a class up.
Chance voicing his gripes and opinions on the first week of a pre-production show. I want to appreciate you for coming out here on this Tuesday evening. That is when we were recording. We'll publish this out on Friday morning and hopefully have it for you on the pregame show before kickoff between Clay Battelle and Cameron. I want to thank everybody for listening, and hope you continue to tune in throughout the season and right after this as the Clay Battelle Seabees get ready to take on the Cameron Dragons here on WAJR.com.
Health works for you, for rehab and fitness too.
Keeping high school athletes healthy is something that HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness takes great pride in. That's why our certified athletic trainers work with many area schools during practice and on the sidelines during tonight's game. Unfortunately, injuries do happen in sports, at work, and at home. At HealthWorks, our goal remains the same, to get you back in action. When you need physical therapy, you need HealthWorks. HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness, Morgantown, Westover, Cheat Lake, Blacksville, Smithfield, Waynesburg, Fairmont, and Buchanan. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
Our people make the difference in the way you feel each day. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WHAR.
Welcome, everybody, to Cameron, West Virginia, where the Clay Battelle CBs are set to take on the Cameron Dragons. Once again, I am Ethan Collins. Joined by me is always Chance Collins. And Chance, we are 2 minutes away from kickoff here. Final thoughts here before they do the coin toss.
I just seen the boys coming off the field. They look focused. They look ready. And who can't help but to be excited on opening weekend of high school football in the state of West Virginia?
Absolutely. Clay Battelle has, I believe, won the toss and deferred, so Cameron will receive. They will be working from our right to left. Cameron in the navy helmets, navy jerseys, white pants, and Chance, some new uniforms coming for the Clay Battelle CBs. New helmet colors in the shiny silver with one logo on the right side of the helmet with the CB's logo in the West Virginia State outline in navy. And then on the other side, nothing, just the way you like it as a Steelers fan. But silver helmets, white jerseys, and dark gray pants. Chance, uniform, I'm a little bit of a uniform guy. What do you think of these?
They done a nice job with it, really. They're just not the one emblem on one side on it, but the silver's really shiny, and it's a nice combination in the uniform.
All right, back deep to receive for the Cameron Dragons is Taylon Brown and Sawyer Reed. You heard us talking in the pregame show about Sawyer Reed. Elite speed, and you'll be able to see him very closely as he's wearing those neon green gloves with some bright green cleats. And look at that, a mouthpiece to match in green.
He looks good, them green gloves on.
Braden Ponceroff is set to kick this one off from the left hash of the 40-yard line. As the whistle blows, and a Clay Battelle CB's football season in 2025 is underway. It's a toe kick, straight line drive, straight to the running back of Marshall Holland, and he takes it across midfield and gets into opponent territory at the 40-yard line, right where the CB's kicked it off.
I think they're going to mark it down at the 42, Ethan.
Yep, that is where they look to be marking it. So 2 yards short of where the CB's kicked it off. And that is where Cameron will take over 1st and 10 in opponent territory. As we look at it, it's a 4-man front with Josh Wilson, Mercer, Josh Wilson.
Huggy Bear.
Huggy Bear. And Colt Sandy, the Sandman. 2 receivers for Cameron on the right, 1 on the left. They hand it off to Holland. Holland bounces off a couple tackles, gets across the 40-yard line down to the 39. Gain of about 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 7. So, Chance, we're going to probably be talking a lot about maybe the advantage that Clay Battelle has on the line this season, which you normally probably wouldn't say coming into a matchup with Cameron.
Agreed. They got good size. They also got some good speed on it. It'll be interesting to see if they can hold up against the well-coached Cameron Dragons.
Pistol formation here with a running back on the left and a tailback behind him. They hand it off to the tailback, Taylon Brown. Brown bounces to the outside, tries to get away from Colt Sandy, and laid out by Josh Wilson. And that's going to be tackled at about the 36-yard line, another gain of 3. Actually, more of a gain of 2 there. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5 here. How can you perform on 3rd down here, Chance? Maybe bring some pressure. Could see the first pass of the day.
You do want to watch it, though, because Cameron's quarterback is definitely the best athlete on their team. You don't want him tucking it down and running with it.
Shotgun formation, a tight end on the left, 2 receivers to the left, 1 on the right. Running back is to the quarterback's right. Angel takes the snap on a hard count. Zone read. He keeps it himself. Gets past one tackler. Tucks and runs. And he's going to be down at the 31-yard line. Just enough to probably move the chains. The referee signals yes. And it'll be a first down and 10 for the Cameron Dragons. Good zone read there. And Chance, you talked about the athleticism of Case and Angel. And you saw it on display right there. Not the quickest guy in the world, but certainly elusive and a good ability to break tackles.
Yeah, he ended up breaking the one tackle and then ended up ducking under another one coming in high on him.
Trips receivers to the left this time. No tight ends. One receiver to the right. Holland is on Angel's left. Going to do a little quick screen pass here. It's complete. Gets across the 25, tackled by Braden Ponceroff at about the 24. Gain of about 6 or 7 on the play. Actually, it's going to be more of a gain of 8. And, Chance, we talked about this off-air a little bit, and we said maybe one of the things that you got to look out for here for the Seabees is these quick screen passes, because they're really crowding that box, and it's going to be tough to get guys out to the outside here. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers on each side. Holland to Angel's right. Hard cap snout, counter, red all the way, and Huggy Bear, Jackson Huggins, gets
and Josh
a tackle.
Wilson in on that,
yep.
too.
And Cooper Statler as well. A nice little gang tackle. A loss of 1 on the play, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 3.
Well read there. I know the moment the tailback got the ball, you heard the whole Clay Battelle sideline holler and draw. This is they've had 2 first downs, and we forced them to 3rd down both times.
I think it's just 1 first down chance.
Well, good one.
Yeah.
They're going for the first here,
Yeah.
I'm saying, but we forced them to 3rd down through those. So.
Well, this is obvious 4-down territory as well. All right, 1 wide receiver down on the left side, 2 tight ends on the left and 1 on the right. Fake it. It's quarterback keeper. Looks to get definitely going to have the first down here in a little bit more as he gets across the 20-yard line down to the 19. It'll be in the red zone here for a first down and 10 for the Cameron Dragons. Case and Angel on the keeper.
Yeah, it's
moving the ball well.
Definitely the best athlete out there, and he shows it every time on 3rd down because the coach trusts him.
Trips receivers to the right here, 1 lone receiver to the left. Lone receiver here is Sterling Reed. He was the one who got the quick pass on the screen. Running back Holland is to Angel, the quarterback's right. Waiting on it here at 15 seconds on the play clock. Doing a little hard count here. Rolls to his right, Angel. Looking for a man. Pressure coming. Rolls to his right again. Finds the target. Overthrown just a little bit. The intended receiver was Sawyer Reed. He would have had a first down if he had completed it. Just a little bit outside his reach here. A little bit too high.
Yeah, it looked like, Wilson and not the Colt Sandy. Cooper Payton ended up getting in there and got the pressure and forced him out to the right side. And he wanted to come back this way, and Cooper was able to keep him contained, which was nice to see. Force them where they wanted him to go.
Normal shotgun formation here with a tight end on the right side, running back on the right side, 1 receiver to the right and 2 to the left. Get ready. Normal snap count here. They hand it off to Holland. Holland bounces off a couple tackles. Just can't seem to get him down. He's down at the 15, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 6 here after a gain of 4.
I mean, right now, both sides are actually, it's a positive
it's almost
start for
even.
both of them. Yes. Once again, we're here. 2 first downs. I'll correct myself this time. And they forced them going for the 3rd first down to a 3rd down again.
It's interesting. You'll see a whole bunch of different looks here for this CB's defense. Ponceroff right now, the lone safety out back here. You'll also see him come in, and you'll see another safety back deep. But they're looking in 3rd down here. Cooper Statler still at the linebacker spot. Pistol formation, tailback behind him. Wide receiver on each side, 2 tight ends to the right. They hand it off to Holland again. He's going to be very close to the first down marker. Down at the 10, it will bring up 4th down, and it'll be 4th down and 1 here. Obvious go for it. And I think Tim Brown, the head coach of the Cameron Dragons, really realized it there. And he's saying, guys, it's all right. We have 2 downs to get this first down. Let's run the ball here.
Yes, I agree. He was just looking to make it, if he got the first down, great, but make it shorter.
All right, they break the huddle here. 2 tight ends to the left, a receiver on each side, shotgun formation. Marshall Holland, the tailback, is to Kason Angel, the quarterback's right. Still a hard count on 1 there, and I don't know if he got there, Chance.
I don't think he got it. Cooper Statler read that. He is pointing the other direction, and we're going to get the ball.
How about that? Turnover on downs. Clay Battelle will take over deep into their own territory. However, the first possession for the Cameron Dragons ends up being 0 as they turn over on downs in the red zone. Chance, we also talk a lot about last year, red zone possessions. Can you convert points? High school, it's kind of hard to get 3 points, especially at the single A level on 4th and 1. You end up usually either getting 6 or nothing. Got nothing there.
Yeah, just well read by Cooper Statler. Amazing play coming up there, reading that hole like that.
Wide receiver on each side here, 2 tight ends to the right. Corey Cohen set to take the snap. He hands it off on an outside zone to Caleb Hall. He's got some space, gets across the 20, over down right at the 20-yard line. If he doesn't get the first down, it's going to be second down in inches here. Wave it on. 10-yard gain there for Caleb Hall.
That was a nice hole right there.
Yes, it was.
That offensive line opened up one. I can tell you, watching film, J.J. Doshin has looked phenomenal at center.
2 tight ends. It's the same formation. Ponceroff is the lone receiver to the right. Santa Fe Clovis is to the left. They're going to do an outside zone, but try to run it up the middle. This time, Caleb Hall is going nowhere. Maybe got a gain of 1 on the play, but it'll bring up second down and about 9.5 for the Seabees.
Just took a little bit of time for that play to develop, and against a fast defense like Cameron, a little bit more difficult to break.
All right, so second down and 9 here. They're just outside the opponent 20. First play was a 10-yard gain for Caleb Hall. He looks to still be in it, running back. Trips receivers to the left this time, made up of Cooper Payton, Braden Ponceroff, and Santa Fe, Caden Clovis. Jackson Huggins is the lone receiver to the right. They hand it off to Caleb Hall again, and yet again, he is going nowhere.
Looks like he may have got a yard at the final spot there. It may have just been half a yard each run.
Yes. All right, third down and 9 here. A pretty obvious passing situation here. We've seen all runs by Clay Battelle so far. Coach LePeau talks about that passing attack. He's talked about it all week. He said we've got a lot of good receivers. 2 tight ends to the left, 2 receivers to the left. Everybody's on the left. Corey Cohen looks, throws, got it to Ponceroff. He's got a first down and a little bit more. Across the 40, down to about the 44. First pass, first down, took a hit. Corey Cohen, 1 for 1, and there's a penalty.
I am interested to see. I was looking at my stat sheet.
Yes, I was too.
I did see Ponceroff jumping up and down. I don't know if maybe he got it for excessive celebration or if maybe somebody done something to him. So let's see what the call is.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, so it'll be 15 yards from the end of the run. And just like that, a ball that went from the 44 of Clay Battelle Seabees now goes to the 46 in Cameron territory.
41,
I apologize. First down and 10 for the Seabees. They're moving into opponent territory. Was the catch bigger or was the penalty bigger, Chance?
The catch. The catch gave you the first down and caused the penalty. 2
receivers to the right here, 1 tight end to the right. They switch it. Caleb Hall going to get across the 40-yard line, across into the 35. See where they mark it here, just about past that 35-yard line, so it'll bring up second down and 4. Caleb Hall comes out of the game. Caleb Snodgrass comes into the game. Running back by committee here, Chance.
Yeah, but I right now I'm already seeing, and I'm sure the coaches are, that the quick hits are working better than the delays with that fast defensive line that Cameron's got.
2 receivers on to the right. Caleb Snodgrass on Corey Cohen's right. They hand it off to Snodgrass. He waits for his blocks to develop. Gets across the 35 down to about the 33. On forward progress there. It'll bring up third down and very manageable here. 3rd down and 2.
It'll be interesting to see what LePeau does here, because most would assume he's going to try to run it, make it shorter if you don't make it.
I think
he may see an opportunity to go deep here.
I think maybe, especially with it being 2 downs and 4-down territory. All right, same formation as last time. Hard count. Cameron's disciplined. Corey looks to the sideline, gets a call from his coach. Snodgrass has got a gaping hole. I could have driven my truck through that. And it's down to the 25, a first down for the Seabees.
That was 8 yards, and once again, you brought up the running back by committee, and it is really nice to see there. You got a fresh tailback in there.
You can bring one more fresh tailback in there in Tyler Sleeth if you choose to.
And I do think before the end of the evening, you probably will see him a couple times. Looks like Caleb Hall
Hall's
is
back
back
in the game. 2 receivers to the right here. They switch the tight end over from left to right. Hall on the quarterback's right. They roll out to pass here. He's going to throw it towards the end zone. Incomplete by Braden Ponceroff, the intended receiver. Good deflection there by Sterling Reed. Was a 50-50 ball chance. You normally don't see Ponceroff drop those, but that was really good coverage there by Reed.
The interesting part of that play to me, though, is I brought up to you on the truck ride over that Cameron has athletes in the backfield who can catch the ball. And you got to watch them 50-50 balls, even if you got Ponceroff, because the guy guarding him is also their best athlete and quarterback.
All right, Ponceroff, the slot receiver to the right. Santa Fe Clovis, the far receiver to the right. Caleb Hall on Corey Cohen's right. They roll it out to the right again. He's looking to throw. He's going to tuck it and run. Does take a hit. They fumble it, and I do believe Clay Battelle is going to keep the ball here. Recovered by Caleb Hall. I don't know, Chance. I felt like he was down there, but it doesn't matter.
Did too. We end up getting the ball back, and that's the main thing.
Yep. 2 plays, 2 passes.
The referee's trying to work into form, too.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't end up hurting you or anything. You got the ball back. No big deal.
No, I agree with you.
3rd down and still manageable here. 3rd down and 7 from the 22. Line to gain is about the 15. Caleb Hall on Corey Cohen's left. Trips receivers to the left. They're going to pump it. Quick throw. Low. Incomplete. The intended receiver was Santa Fe, Caden Clovis.
You had pressure coming off the side there by Gunnar Lilly, I think it is how you pronounce that, and made Cohen double pump the ball instead of throwing it right at him and seemed to just mess the timing up.
My apologies. It is Cody Clovis, not Caden Clovis.
But 4th down does look like we're going to go for it.
Yes. All right. 2 receivers lined up to the right here. It is on the right hash, so it's a short field. Caleb Hall is also to Corey Cohen's right. Tight end on each side. Corey Cohen drops back. It's a little slip screen here to the tight end, Cooper Payton, and he's got enough for a first down inside the 15, down to about the 13. What an excellent play design there.
That was a nice design play.
The offensive linemen let the rush come to the quarterback, and they got downfield. Little shovel pass there to the fullback, Cooper Payton. Way to stay in the pocket there also if you're Corey Cohen.
Yeah, he had 4 men running at him ready to hit him hard, and he was able to get the ball right where he needed.
Officials timeout here.
Got blood on Cooper
Payton. Should be mentioned here, we've talked about it a little bit in the pregame show. Cooper Payton playing football for the first time since 6th grade. Aaron LePeau here is going to take a timeout. All right, so let's talk about this drive here, Chance. A little bit of run, a little bit of pass. We've seen a little bit of everything here. Screen passes as well. You've seen every kind of run, outside zone, inside zone, counters. What are you seeing so far here on the offensive line for Clay Battelle?
We're controlling the line. We're opening up holes during the run, and during the pass, I ain't going to say he's got a tremendous amount of time, but he's definitely got enough to do something. We are leaving the tailback back here. Hall's been doing blocking well. So when it does break through the line, we got there. And I think what LePeau has seen is they're being over-aggressive with that front, and that's what had that screenplay called is he's like, they're going to run after that quarterback. They're going to come at us, and when we do, we're going to slip our line on the other side. And you couldn't have called a better play right there. But we are controlling. Our big uglies up front are controlling that line of scrimmage right now. And I'd like to see us get back to what kind of got us here. which on first down, I want a quick hit in between the guard and tackle, and let's see if we can drive it into the throat, try to take a little air out of them.
Clay Battelle took their first time out of the game here. They'll have 2 remaining for the first half. There's 1:10 left to go in the first quarter. Still nothing, but Clay Battelle is driving into the red zone. Both tailbacks in here for Clay Battelle. Caleb Snodgrass is to the quarterback's right. Caleb Hall is behind the quarterback. They hand it off to Hall. Hall's trying to get some extra blockers. Good inside pressure there by Cameron. Minimal gain here, but a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 from the 13-yard line. The line to gain is the 3.
Seeing a lot of different formations thrown out there on this first drive, and I really think the coaches are trying to see what is going to work and what isn't to prepare themselves for that second drive.
Wide receiver on each side here. Caleb Hall to Corey Cohen's right. Tight ends are both to the left. They run it to the left, and a nice solo tackle there, wrapped up at the legs there by number 33. That is Gunnar Lilly on the stop for Cameron, and that was a good wrap tackle there to not let Caleb Hall bounce to the second level.
I agree. This is a huge third down play right here.
Well, you're going to get a little bit more time to talk about it here, as that will be the final play of the first quarter. Still 0-0 here. Ball is at the 14-yard line, and it'll be 3rd down and 10. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll have the second quarter here on WAJR.com.
There's another way to build a life right here. The energy industry offers real pay, $25 an hour to start. They'll get full training, certifications, and a path to grow. It's not a short-term job. It's a career. The dream doesn't live in a dorm. It lives in hard work. And the energy industry is hiring. DPS Land Services. Learn more at dpslandservices.com.
Once upon a
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
Welcome back to Cameron, West Virginia. A beautiful night here. Chance, have you enjoyed this nice October weather that we've been having here?
I mean, it is nice. After going through the heat wave we went through this summer, it's nice to get back to some weather that I can enjoy.
All right, we switch ends of the field here, and I feel like we were just here a little bit ago. Ball is at the 14-yard line, a little bit over to the left, but midway through the field here. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Seabees.
Big third down right here. You at least want to pick up a little bit of yard. If you got to go to 4th, you want it to be a little bit more manageable. The nice part is you do have 3 yards after the first down into the end zone, so you don't necessarily have to take a shot in the end zone. You can get that first down still.
2 tight ends to the right. Caleb Hall to the left of the quarterback and a wide receiver on each side. They drop back to pass. Corey Cohen looks for his first read. Can't find him. Second read there. Going to be a little bit short, but complete to Braden Ponseroff on the comeback route. Ball is at the 6. Line to gain is the 4. So it'll be 4th down and about 2 for the Seabees. Chance, do you run or pass?
I tell you what, normally I'm a run guy here, but I will tell you Corey's impressing me right now, and I do think you can trust because Corey is a good enough athlete to pick up 2 yards if you can get him out wide.
The fullback, Cooper Payton, is to Corey Cohen's right. They fake the handoff. It's a little pitch option. Snodgrass loses it, and Cameron falls on it, so they gain a little bit of yards here, but turnover on downs, and we remain 0-0. Cameron retains the ball, a possession for each team. But Cameron's now got to go a long way.
Yeah, they do, but that was a beautiful drive to have to end that way. But it happened to both teams.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So they're working the kinks out here. It'll be interesting to see how Cameron has adjusted right now.
So 11-11 left to go here in the second quarter. Still 0-0. Pistol formation here for the Cameron Dragons. running back to the right, tailback to behind the quarterback, toss to that tailback. He's going to get across the 20, across the 25, down to the 26. Have the first down. Very close to the first down. I think it's going to be 2nd down and 1 here. That was the tight end / tailback, Taylon Brown. It'll be 2nd down and 1 here for the Cameron Dragons. Shotgun formation, running back to Angels right, 2 receivers on each side. They get set, hard count here, gonna do an inverted read. They hands it off to the tailback late. He will have enough for the first down and not much more as it gets across the sticks and 1 yard beyond it. It'll be 1st down and 10 at the 28-yard line. Boy, that was a really late handoff, Chance.
It was rough. If somebody could have hit them both there together, I think you may have gotten the fumble and got us a favor back.
Trips receivers to the left here. Tailback on the quarterback's left as well. Lone receiver to the right and a tight end on the left. Bubble screen here to, I believe that's Sawyer Reed. It is. He gets down maybe a little bit short of the 30. They're going to mark him at the 30-yard line. First contact made by Brayden Ponceroff. Gain of about 2 there. So we'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Both teams moving the ball at a consistent rate. Not big gains, but churning some yardage.
They are. The nice part I seen there was we worried about the outside throw, and our cornerbacks and safety were able to sweep under them blocks pretty quickly, and that was nice to see.
Trips to the right here for Cameron. Running back on that side, too. It's quarterback keeper to Angel. Angel's going nowhere. Huggy Bear wraps him in the backfield for a loss.
That was unbelievable how he split. I think it was the center and the guard and got right in there to get to Angel on that play.
Jackson Huggins on the tackle for loss.
Do you know how to slow down a fast quarterback? Don't let him get up to speed. And that's what Huggy Bear just did there.
Huggy Bear will come out here for an equipment issue, and the mini fridge, TJ Barr, will come in for the Seabees.
Hard to beat a nickname like that, I can tell you.
No, it is not. Josh Wilson will line up in Huggy Bear's spot. TJ Barr will line up right across from the center. Trips receivers to the right here. 3rd down and long. They look to pass. He's got Sawyer Reed, but it's incomplete, overthrown. Cody Clovis was that close to have it in his hands for an interception.
Yeah,
and it will be 4th down and long here. Look to see the punt unit come out here for Cameron.
Angel put it where only his guy was going to get it if it was going to be caught. You can see that experience.
4th down and 12, 8:34 left to go in the 2nd quarter. They're actually going to go. Nope, never mind, Chance.
Backing up a little bit. I think the punter is Angel. That's what confused you. Now, don't be afraid to watch a fake. He is quick.
Santa Fe Clovis back deep to receive. It's a nice end-over-end kick. He catches it cleanly and gets wrapped up and tackled. Good tackle there by Sawyer Reed, not giving him any space to work, Cody Clovis. But Clay Battelle will take over for their 2nd possession of the game at their own 41-yard line. Lot shorter field position than you were last time.
Yes, a lot shorter field position. You also got to look, you still got plenty of time on the clock, so the clock is not a worry at this point in time.
Been a dogfight here so far in Cameron. Still nothing with 8:26 left to go in the half. 2 tight ends to the right, a receiver on each side. Caleb Hall, the tailback, to the quarterback's left. Stiff arms, still trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Caleb Hall showing great speed. He gets across the line of scrimmage and still gets a good gain. He ran about 40 yards, but only gets a gain of 5. But that's the kind of elusive runner that Caleb Hall is.
I mean, stiff-armed at least 3 players as he got around there. I can tell you whoever it was across from Huggy Bear that time made him look bad. In the film I've been watching, I told you along the way, all the offensive linemen have been looking good. it just goes to show the quickness of that Cameron defensive line.
The offensive line lines up like this, going from left tackle to right tackle. It's Cameron Mercer, Huggy Bear, J.J. Dawson, Cooper Statler, and J.R. Gump. And this time, a handoff to Caleb Hall goes absolutely nowhere. Probably the player of the game so far, Taylon Brown, gets the tackle for loss.
I'll say between him and Lilly, they've been blowing up a lot of what we've been trying to do.
And it'll bring up 3rd down and long. You end up going back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 10. Colt Sandy comes out. Trey Huggins comes in, the former quarterback of the 100 Hornets.
Looks like he's going to line up at
tight end
right
as
now.
well. Tight end on each side here. Tailback to the quarterback's left and 2 receivers to the left. They roll to the left. Pressure coming. Throws a 50-50 ball up for Ponceroff, and it's incomplete. Sawyer Reed with excellent coverage there. Ponceroff had it in his hands, but Sawyer Reed did not give up on the ball. Falls incomplete. Don't see that very often from Ponceroff.
No, he got out jumped on that, but I can also tell you this. It was really close to pass interference. I like that the referee let him play.
I don't think
I like
that
he let him
yeah.
play, but at the same time, it was in that borderline area where it could have been either way.
Cooper Statler lined up to punt here for the Seabees. Sawyer Reed back deep to receive for the Cameron Dragons. They line up in a tight punt formation here. Good snap, good catch, good punt, almost blocked. Sawyer Reed catches it at the 40 or 35. He breaks one tackle and gets into the second level. That is Jackson Huggins, tackles him from behind. The crowd wants a horse collar tackle. They're not going to get it. And that is where the Cameron Dragons will take over at the 43-yard line of Clay Battelle.
And we got 6:41 here. Great field position for Cameron. Let's see what they're able to do with this time.
The quickest possession so far of the game for sure. Clay Battelle, I think, went 3 and out. Chance, am I correct?
They did.
2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Running back on each side for Cameron. A little bit of cat and mouse here as they hand it off to the running back, Marshall Holland. And Ponceroff is going to get a personal foul, unnecessary roughness, after he has ripped off the helmet of Taylon Brown.
I think a little bit of frustration about how the pass play went.
First penalty of the night for Clay Battelle. Ball is now at the close to the right hash, but not quite, of the 24-yard line.
With Ponceroff out at the safety position right now on the sideline.
He's going to get a talking to.
Don't be surprised if you don't see the coach of Cameron take a shot here.
Trey Huggins is the safety back deep. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Going to do a quarterback keeper here for Angel. Angel tries to get away, still on his feet, somehow reverses field, cuts back over to the 20, and he's still going down to the 5 and tackled out of bounds inside the 5 to about the 2.5-yard line. What a great play there by Cason Angel.
Yes, unbelievable play.
That was really impressive there by Cason Angel, and it'll bring up 1st down and goal for the Cameron Dragons. I think Clay Battelle will probably be a little bit tired. I think a little bit winded here if you're looking at it. But a goal-to-go situation here. You can make a goal line stand and really prove your worth. Pistol formation here. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. The fullback on the running back's right, and Taylon Brown is going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Cameron. Well, I said so far Taylon Brown's the player of the game, and I think we can solidify that so far as they take a 6-0 lead with 5:51 left to go here in the second quarter.
The nice part is, I mean, if you're going to look at it in a positive way right now, is they didn't score with very little time on the clock. They got a chance to come back here. Does look like they will be going for 2.
Trips to the right. Looks like Holland is on the quarterback's right as well. Snap. Quick pass here to the wide receiver. I do believe he is in. They are going to say no, he was not. Pass complete to Cale Winters, but it is a 2-point conversion, no good. And now the crowd is able to get into it a little bit here as they take a 6-0 lead with 5:51 left to go. Got to respond if you're Clay Battelle. You're definitely not down and out, and you've shown some good fight here about a third of the way through this game.
Yes, I agree with that by all means. And the thing is, we said even confidence-wise coming in, Clay Battelle just needed to stay in the ball game right now. They're still in the game. Don't do anything stupid. Come out here, run your offense. You've been running well, and see what we can do. We definitely need a little bit more protection up front. Like we ragged on the offensive line on them first couple drives, and that last drive they went 3 and out. Cameron has adjusted to something, and they're shooting the gaps, and they're getting to the backfield really quick.
You know what would be great right here to start off this drive is a nice, good special teams return.
I agree with that, and I know that the Cameron coach is a wise man. Do not be surprised on an onside kick here. Try to get that, get a second score, and try to take the air out of our sails.
Got some good hands there, though, on the second level. The first level was, though, made up primarily of offensive linemen. However, you do have Tyler Sleeth over at the far end of the 50-yard line and Trey Huggins at the near end of the 50-yard line. But in between there, you've got 2 linemen, actually 3 linemen, and then you've got your running backs and your tight ends in the second level, and then you got your speedsters back deep of Cody, Santa Fe, Clovis, and Braden Ponceroff. Kicker signals his hand in the air. A little pooch kick here to Caleb Hall. Hall's going to get it at the 30. Jukes a man and only gets to the 35. A little bit of hesitation there by Caleb Hall instead of planting the foot and going. But still, I guess you can't get too picky because at the same time that was probably a difficult ball to corral, and he corralled it well.
He did, and it's one of them. Normally you keep your speed going, but I will tell you, Cameron had the other side covered. They were coming down on him, and nothing wrong with setting it up in the middle of the field and giving your offense a chance to run anything they want to.
Ponceroff is the slot receiver to the right. Santa Fe is the far receiver. A little bit of a low snap here, but Caleb Hall gets the carry. He gets across the 40-yard line down to about the 42. Nice little gain there of about 7, and it'll bring up second down. Actually, no, it was about 6. So second down and 4.
Yeah, get back to the basics right here. We were running the ball well. Let's just see if we can keep it up.
5:20 left to go here in the first half. Clay Battelle trails the Cameron Dragons by a score of 6-0 here in week 1. I'm Ethan Collins. Alongside me is Chance Collins. Glad you're with us. Second down snap is a pistol formation. They hand it off to Hall again. He bounces to the outside, gets across the 45-yard line and past the sticks. See where they'll mark it, just past the sticks at the 47-yard line. Ball is now on the far hash. Clay Battelle working now from our right to left. Equipment issue. Oh, wow, those pants are really bloody.
Yeah, I was going to say he may be bleeding like we had earlier with, what was it, Colt Sandy or Cooper Payton that got.
They're going to have to bleach that as well. That could be a longer equipment timeout issue because they're all over the pants. All right. First down and 10 here for Clay Battelle. Fullback on the right, tailback behind him. That's Caleb Snodgrass. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They hand it off to Snodgrass. He goes and gets across midfield over to the 45. He's across the sticks at the 40 and down at the 38-yard line. Nice carry there by Caleb Snodgrass.
Yeah, that's the first time he's touched the ball since he fumbled on that, I think, second drive.
Well, he just didn't corral the pitch. I don't know if you can necessarily call that a fumble. He'll probably be credited with the fumble there. 4:30 left to go here in the half. Clay Battelle is moving the ball. in the opponent 38-yard line, first down and 10. They break the huddle here, same formation, pistol with a fullback to the right, lone receiver to the left, and two receivers to the right. Caleb Snodgrass, the tailback in the backfield. They're going to roll out the pass here. Hit from behind and incomplete. Very lucky to not be intercepted there. Case and Angel just didn't get a bite on it quite in time.
Yeah, nice pressure from the backside there. Corey never even seen it coming.
Second down and 10 here at the 38 on the far hash. First pass of that drive so far. We saw a lot of runs. And they had been successful, but keep them off balance here. We did talk about in the pregame, we said this is one of the more balanced offenses in single A for sure. Switch the formation now, flipped side. Two receivers to the left, fullback on the left. They're going to hand it off to Snodgrass again. He gets across the 40 over to the 35, gain of 4, and a third down and manageable 6. I think your whole playbook here is open, Chance, with the way you've been running the ball this drive.
Yes, I agree. The whole playbook's open. If nothing else, you're going to make it, hopefully, fourth down and more manageable.
Once again, ball is on the Cameron 35-yard line. Clay Battelle facing a third down and 6 with 3:40 left to go in the half here. You're in no hurry, but at the same time, you got to be aware of the clock. Lone receiver to the right is Trey Huggins. Two receivers to the left. Tailback is on, pistol formation with Cooper Payton to the quarterback's left. They hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass met
2 yards and then ran into a wall.
Yes. And it'll be fourth down and about 5 here. I
think it was a good
Snodgrass will come
call.
out. Caleb Hall will come in. I do agree it was a good call. Do you maybe think about a timeout here if you're Clay Battelle? It's a big fourth down here.
Yeah, you may run it down, let the 25 seconds go off, call the timeout, because right now you also want to give the ball back to Cameron least amount of time possible.
Not to mention the fact that you could possibly try a hard count here but it looks like Aaron LePeau is going to run down the clock. He's looking at it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, timeout. 2:36 left to go in the half. Clay Battelle faces a fourth down and 5 when they trail 6-0. All right, Chance, put me in the mind of Aaron LePeau here and the Clay Battelle offense. What would you like to run here if you're Clay Battelle?
The first thing I'm doing is I'm telling my offensive lineman up front, I need a play from you. I need you to give Corey time. Corey's got to have time. And, you can't break down on that pass protection. But I see him right now at this time. He's going to want to roll Corey out and then see what's there, maybe drag the tight end across, because we do have some bigger, fast tight ends this year with Colt Sandy playing it. And all you need is the first down. You don't need it all right now. You don't need to do that. Maybe do some crossing patterns in the middle, let Corey roll out to one side, send a deep post, and let Corey make the decision. You're going to have 3 options at that rate. And see where he goes.
So you like a deep ball here if you're Clay Battelle?
I really just want the first down. I love the tight end across the middle from what I've seen. But at the same time, you send it deep to try to get the safety to back up. That helps you get that first down with the tight end.
Let me ask you this. I'll throw a play at you here. Would you like to do maybe a slip screen with Cody Clovis here, where you roll the tight ends out to the outside, count on Ponceroff making the block here at the slot, try to have Cody Clovis come back to the quarterback, catch a nice little quick pass there, get his speed and get him in the middle of the field?
I will say this. I don't like that just because of the speed Cameron has in all 11 players.
All right, 2 receivers here to the left. They switch the running backs on the side, tight end to the left as well. They're going to fake it. Little reverse. Ponceroff. He's going to look to throw. He's got a man wide open. It is caught! Caught by Santa Fe, Cody Clovis. What a play!
Unbelievable play by them.
Week 1, pulling out the trickeration if you're Clay Battelle.
Where'd we go? We went from the 33 to the 4. 29 yards on the catch for Clovis.
If Ponceroff could have hit Trey Huggins as well, he might have had a touchdown as well. But you'll take the first down, certainly.
Yes.
Pistol formation here. Fullback lined up on Corey Cohen's right. They hand it off to Hall. Hall met by a host of Dragons. and they're going to whistle it dead as Caleb Hall almost looked to escape there. It's going to be no gain on the play, 2nd down and goal from the 4 at the far hash. Under 2 minutes left to go here in the half. Like you said, Chance, you're not in any hurry here. You certainly are in 4-down territory, and you got your whole playbook open.
Yeah.
Maybe run a 2-point conversion play?
At this point in time, you still got 3 plays. I'm still jamming it up the middle. I feel like we've controlled that pretty good. I understand we got stuff there, but I just like hitting it. I may even go with Snodgrass on the run, even though it does look like Caleb Hall's going to be in the backfield again.
He is in the backfield here. He's lined up to Corey Cohen's left. Receiver on each side. Both tight ends to the right. They hand it off to Hall. Hall goes nowhere. Matter of fact, he goes backwards. Back beyond the 5 to the 7. And that'll bring up 3rd down and goal here. 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go in the opening half. Got to have a score here, Chance, if you're the Seabees.
Yes. And I'm pretty well it's 2 plays. It's 2 plays. And both of them are going to, the ball needs to be in the end zone when it ends, at least throwing in there.
I think you run it this time, throw it the second time. All right. 2 tight ends to the right here. Caleb Hall on Corey Cohen's right. He's got pressure coming in from the wide side. Good block there by Caleb Hall. Ponceroff was in triple coverage, and Corey Cohen thought he could thread the needle there. And if 2 teammates hadn't ran into each other, Chance, that might have been a pick 6.
Yes. Angel was scoring on that play if he doesn't get hit by his own player. I totally agree with that.
44.9 seconds left. It's 4th down and goal here. I'd at least try and run a hard count, see if you can jump them off sides here. And they're going to run that play clock down all the way.
Probably call a timeout at that time.
The game clock isn't doing anything.
Well, see, I would have.
And LePeau calls his timeout now.
I would have liked to have broke from the huddle real quick. As you said, try a hard count, see if you can get some cheap yards, then call the timeout. But we'll see where it leads from here.
All right, Chance. You get to call the 4th down play again. This time 4th down and goal. What do you like here?
Throw it up in the corner to Ponceroff outside.
Do you try it on the tight side of the field, or do you want it on the far side of the field? Because you got to remember, Corey Cohen's right-handed, so he's going to be throwing it across his body if he rolls to the strong side of the field there to the left.
Hey, I just asked Corey what he wants. If he wants to throw crossbody or not, how he feels comfortable with the throw.
All right.
Does make it a 50-50 play. And that's the scary part of them situations, trying to throw it up in the corner like that. It's either that or you bring 3 guys from the right side, the short side of the field right now, and just drag them across with Corey rolling this way.
I tell you what, Chance, this is a monumental play here very early in this game. You're down 6-0, 44 seconds left to go in the first half. You do get the ball to start the second half. So you're certainly not down and out here if you're Clay Battelle, but you've had 2 trips to the red zone here go turnover on downs. Certainly would like to take advantage of it here. All right, 2 receivers, 1 on each side. Caleb Hall to the quarterback's left. They're going to roll it, look to throw, a little fade route here, and Ponceroff has got it for a touchdown! 50-50 ball, more like 90-10 ball. That's Braden Ponceroff for you. 39 seconds left to go in the first half, and Clay Battelle ties the game at 6.
I think in that huddle, Ponceroff looked at the coach and he said, let me make up for the face mask down here. Let me make up. I gave them 7. Let's get 7 back. Actually, it was 6 because they didn't score, but, we're going to see what we do here. It does look like we are going to go for 2.
Yep, ball is on the left hash this time, so Corey is going to roll out probably to a strong side here. Ponceroff, the slot receiver, Cody Santa Fe Clovis to the right. Going to do that speed option again. Caleb Hall is into the end zone. 2-point conversion good, and Clay Battelle takes the lead, 8-6. I was going to say something, but I'll save it for the end of the game. 39.5 seconds left to go in this game. Cameron has all 3 timeouts. Clay Battelle has none. should be mentioned here, but Clay Battelle has an 8-6 lead. All right, Chance, prevent defense here, nothing too fancy. Try to get pressure to the quarterback if you can.
Yes. And I mean, you know, you're going to, first off, you're going to kick it over probably short side of the field. You ain't going to kick it deep because they do have some athletes back here, as we found out last year. The receiver.
Well, we
that
also,
you were telling me about,
we saw Sawyer Reed take that punt return very well.
Yep. So, I mean, I see probably a more controlled kickoff here. Stick it about the 40, pooch it up in the air.
Cameron does have the ability to score quickly. They get their kicking ball out there. Braden Ponceroff will kick from the left hash on the 40-yard line. On the short side of the field, you have Caleb Snodgrass, Tyson Price, Tyler Sleeth, and Josh Wilson. Far side of the field is Colt Sandy. I believe that's Cooper Payton, TJ Barr, Cody Clovis. And they're going to boot it away here. Line drive kick right to Taylon Brown. Brown bounces off his own blockers and gets across, breaks a couple tackles. He's loose. He's at the 40 and tackled by Ponceroff at about the 46-yard line, and that is where Cameron will take over 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line on the left hash.
Yeah, that boy did not want to go down there.
No, he did not. Actually, they're going to mark the ball
the 48.
At the 48.
Yeah, really generous spot on that one, in my opinion. But
it's interesting here, Chance. We talked about this when it's an obvious passing situation. We've seen sometimes Cooper Statler line up at the D tackle position to try and put your best players to put pressure on the quarterback. He's still lined up at linebacker. However, Cooper Payton looks to be the opposite linebacker. Secondary is back deep. Angel. Straight drop back here, looking for Sawyer Reed. Does he have him? Incomplete. They will not call pass interference. It hit off his helmet.
He never touched him.
No.
I mean, I don't, it's one of them. I'm confused. I don't know what leg face guarding is in, what it isn't in. You could say he face guarded him, but he never touched the receiver. Yes, the ball went off the back of his helmet. But as far as I'm concerned, that was good defense there. Now, if he's got his hands on him and the ball bounces off the back of his helmet, I think you need to call something.
Yep. 2 receivers on each side. Tailback is to the quarterback's right. Angel, 2-step drop, looks short this time, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was Taylon Brown. Caleb Snodgrass on the coverage there.
We were really close to Trey Huggins having a pick there. That's the groan you heard on me. It went off his hands, and I thought it was going to bounce straight in the air. And if it did, Huggins may have been running on a pick six, but ended up going to the sideline.
So, Chance, we talked a little bit about these 100 transfers, and we've certainly seen Jack's Huggy Bear Huggins probably make the biggest impact so far this game, wouldn't you say?
Definitely.
All right. 3rd down and 10 here, 18.9 seconds left to go. Running back on each side, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Got to look for these flats here if you are – actually, they're going to run it. And Colt Sandy, the Sandman, takes him down in the backfield. That will be the final play of the first half. I talked about 100 transfers, and just like that, Colt Sandy makes a huge impact for the CBs to take them into the locker room up 8-6.
Who was on the run, Ethan?
I believe that was Taylon Brown.
Thank you.
All right. First half in the books, and Clay Battelle leads 8-6. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the halftime show here on WAJR.com.
College isn't for everyone, and that's okay. There's another way to build a life right here. The energy industry offers real pay, $25 an hour to start. They'll get full training, certifications, and a path to grow. It's not a short-term job. It's a career. The dream doesn't live in a dorm. It lives in hard work. And the energy industry is hiring. DPS Land Services. Learn more at dpslandservices.com.
Once upon a time, there were no portable toilets, and finding relief was an adventure. Then came crowded restrooms, unpleasant and inconvenient. Enter Saving Grace Septic and Rentals, providing clean, reliable portable toilets for every event, from football games to family gatherings, even work sites. And when septic systems need service, we're your first call. We're local, we care, and we're there when you need to go. For comfort and convenience, we're your saving grace. 304-282-7210. Once upon a time, there were no portable toilets, and finding relief was an adventure. Then came crowded restrooms, unpleasant and inconvenient. Answer Saving Grace Septic and Rentals, providing clean, reliable portable toilets for every event, from football games to family gatherings, even work sites. And when septic systems need service, we're your first call. We're local, we care, and we're there when you need to go. For comfort and convenience, we're your saving grace. 304-282-7210. Once upon a time, there were no portable toilets, and finding relief was an adventure. Then came crowded restrooms, unpleasant and inconvenient. Answer Saving Grace Septic and Rentals, providing
While
clean,
others search far and wide for solutions, you know where to turn. Patton Building Services. Since 1981, we've been more than a service provider. We're a legacy. From janitorial to general building maintenance, we believe clean environments build better business. We don't just maintain buildings, we maintain communities.
Patton Building Services. Beyond cleaning. Total building care. Find us online at pattonbuildingservices.com.
Ziebart is your local expert for automotive appearance and protection. If you're concerned about rust and have a used vehicle, you need to know it's not too late. Ziebart Rust Eliminator is a 3-step process. First, we pressure wash the underside of your vehicle and inspect. Next, we spray on the Rust Eliminator chemical. Then, we apply the patented Ziebart undercoating. Add years of life to your vehicle. Learn more at Ziebart.com. Ziebart of Morgan. On I-68 exit 7.
Leaky faucet, clogged drain, water heater not keeping up? Josh Heinerman here with Advanced HVAC and Plumbing, where we do more than just HVAC. We are your local plumbing pros. From quick repairs to complete replacements, our licensed plumbers can handle it all. Faucets, toilets, water heaters, sump pumps, and more. We do it fast, clean, and right the first time. From drips to disasters, we've got you covered. Advanced HVAC and Plumbing.
Welcome back to the halftime show here on WAJR.com, where the Clay Battelle Seabees lead by a score of 8-6 over the Cameron Dragons. Chance, you want to go over the stats with us for us? I mean, you said during the break nobody's really standing out.
Yeah, nobody's really standing out. I can say that each team has a personal foul. Both of them are actually crucial in the game. Time of possession is almost exactly 12 minutes to 12 minutes. Cameron's had 4 drives. The Seabees have had 3. One of those drives by Cameron was what ended the half. You've got Reed for Cameron with 2 catches for 10 yards. You've got Angel, who is 3 of 7. Pretty well, let's see here, for 18 yards. You've got Holland in the tailback for Cameron with 6 carries for 16 yards. You've got Angel with 4 for 28. You've got Talon Brown with the TD. He only has 2 runs for 12 yards, but he does hold the TD. When you go to the Seabees side of things, you've got Ponceroff with 3 catches for 37 yards and a TD. You've got Clovis with 1 catch for 29 yards. You got Peyton with 1 catch for 9 yards. Then you go to the running side of it. You got Corey with 1 carry for 3 yards. Snodgrass with 6 for 30, and Caleb Hall has ran the ball 13 times for 31 yards. He does have a 2-point conversion.
All right. What do you say we take a look at some scores around the state, huh?
As long as that site hasn't crashed like we always do on week 1, Ethan.
Hey, man, we got it. Quad A, Buchanan Upshur taking on Bridgeport of AAA. Hey, Chance, are you surprised by this? They lead. Bridgeport leads 34-7 in the second quarter.
No, and I would not be surprised if Bridgeport has never thrown the ball the entire game.
George Washington defeated AAA side Spring Valley 27-7 yesterday. Spring Mills up on Jefferson at 14-0 in the second quarter. Martinsburg trailing the Camden, New Jersey Panthers 14-0. Morgantown defeated Parkersburg in the Kickoff Classic yesterday 44-7. University up on Musselman 13-7 in the second quarter. Nicholas County now tied with Oak Hill. Nicholas County AAA side, they are tied at 14. And that is all the scores from the Quad A side. Moving on to AAA, Beaver Local Ohio up 14-0 on Brook. Princeton and Capital still tied up at 0. Chapmanville up on AA side Scott 13-0. Halftime, Grafton is tied with AA side Philip Barber 0-0. Philip Barber, possibly playoff team in AA, one of the I think one of the sneaky contenders for a state champion. Grafton's had some off years the past years. They still are tied 0-0. Almost in a dogfight like we are here at halftime.
Yeah, that is an impressive score. Nice show by Grafton there.
Quad A side Preston County up on Hampshire 7-7 in the second quarter. Marietta, Ohio and John Marshall tied at 7 in the second quarter as well. And then Robert C. Byrd defeated Lewis County 41-19. Winfield up on Lincoln County 43-0 at halftime. We'll move on to the AA scores now. James Monroe and Williamstown will take place tomorrow at Roane County. Bluefield up on Graham, Virginia, 7-0. Clay County up on Midland Trail, 7-0 as well. Independence defeated AAA side and defending AAA runner-up Herbert Hoover, 37-34. Doddridge County is up on Liberty Raleigh, 27-0. Elkins up on AAA side Lincoln, 28-0 in the second quarter.
Definitely on a couple of my picks I've missed, I can tell you that.
Frankfort is up 7-3 on Moorfield in the second quarter. Then we also have Petersburg up on Berkeley Springs 26-0 in the first quarter. South Harrison up on Braxton County 21-8 in the first quarter. Pikeview AAA side up on Summers County 16-0. Tulsia is up on Wayne is defeating Tulsia, which is a single A side, 20-0 at halftime. Oak Glen defeated Weir 32-14. Oak Glen on the schedule for the Clay Battelle Seabees, so that'll be an interesting team to keep an eye on for the duration of this season. And those are all the scores from AA. Single A now as we move on. Once again, your score here. Clay Battelle up on Cameron 8-6 at halftime. Calhoun County is up on Gilmer County 24-6 in the second quarter. AA side, Logan is up on Man 6-0. Meadow Bridge and Van tied at 0 in the first quarter. AA side, Riverview up on Mount View 16-0. Riverview also a AA side that is on the Clay Battelle schedule this year. Kaiser and Pendleton County tied at 0. And we also have St. Mary's up on Ravenswood 7-0. Mingo Central, AA side, defeated Tug Valley 35-30 yesterday. And those are all your scores there around the state. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about this game, what we'd like to see from the Seabees or Cameron in the second half, and then hopefully we'll get you back out to kickoff for the third quarter. Once again, I'm Ethan Collins and Chance Collins. You are listening to Clay Battelle Seabees football on WAJR.com.
Your child doesn't have to leave home or go to college to build a future. The energy industry is hiring, starting at $25 an hour with benefits and certifications. And the more they learn, the more they earn. It's hard work, but it's worth it. It's not a short-term job. It's a career. And the energy industry is hiring. DPS Land Services. Learn more at dpslandservices.com.
Z-Bart is your local expert for automotive appearance and protection. Let's talk about rust. Rust is slowly eating away at the metal in your car. Z-Bart Rust Protection stops the rust that began the minute you drove your vehicle home. And even if your car isn't new, Z-Bart's Rust Eliminator halts existing rust in its tracks. Protect one of life's largest investments. Go to zbart.com. Z-Bart of Morgantown, I-68 exit 7. Rust never stops until you hire Z-Bart.
Health works for you, for rehab and fitness too.
Keeping high school athletes healthy is something that HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness takes great pride in. That's why our certified athletic trainers work with many area schools during practice and on the sidelines during tonight's game. Unfortunately, injuries do happen in sports, at work, and at home. At HealthWorks, our goal remains the same, to get you back in action. When you need physical therapy, you need HealthWorks. HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness, Morgantown, Westover, Cheat Lake, Blacksville, Smithfield, Waynesburg, Fairmont, and Buchanan. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
Our people make the difference in the way you feel each day. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
College isn't for everyone, and that's okay. There's another way to build a life right here. The energy industry offers real pay, $25 an hour to start. They'll get full training, certifications, and a path to grow. It's not a short-term job. It's a career. The dream doesn't live in a dorm. It lives in hard work. And the energy industry is hiring. DPS Land Services. Learn more at dpslandservices.com.
Once upon a time, there were no portable toilets, and finding relief was an adventure. Then came crowded restrooms, unpleasant and inconvenient. Enter Saving Grace Septic and Rentals, providing clean, reliable portable toilets for every event, from football games to family gatherings, even work sites. And when septic systems need service, we're your first call. We're local, we care, and we're there when you need to go. For comfort and convenience, we're your saving grace. 304-282-7210.
While others search far and wide for solutions, you know where to turn. Patton Building Services. Since 1981, we've been more than a service provider. We're a legacy. From janitorial to general building maintenance, we believe clean environments build better business. We don't just maintain buildings, we maintain communities.
Patton Building Services. Beyond cleaning. Total building care. Find us online at pattonbuildingservices.com.
Z-Bart is your local expert for automotive appearance and protection. If you're concerned about rust and have a used vehicle, you need to know it's not too late. Z-Bart Rust Eliminator is a 3-step process. First, we pressure wash the underside of your vehicle and inspect. Next, we spray on the Rust Eliminator chemical. Then, we apply the patented Z-Bart undercoating. Add years of life to your vehicle. Learn more at zbart.com. Z-Bart of Morgantown, I-68 exit 7.
Leaky faucet? Clogged drain? Water heater not keeping up? Josh Heinerman here with Advanced HVAC and Plumbing, where we do more than just HVAC. We are your local plumbing pros. From quick repairs to complete replacements, our licensed plumbers can handle it all. Faucets, toilets, water heaters, sump pumps, and more. We do it fast, clean, and right the first time. From drips to disasters, we've got you covered. Advanced HVAC and Plumbing.
Gas stations are paying $11 an hour. That's not a career, it's a paycheck. But in the energy industry, your son or daughter could start at $25 an hour with full training and benefits. No college debt, real work, real skills, real money. This is about opportunity. The American dream is still alive, and it's waiting right here at home. DPS Land Services. Learn more at dpslandservices.com.
In a world where memories fade, preserving them shouldn't. I'm Rob Lang, fifth-generation owner of Lang Monument. My family has been helping Morgantown families honor their loved ones for over 150 years. Choose from granite, marble, or bronze with expert engraving and installation. A Lang member will guide you every step of the way. Celebrate a legacy that stands the test of time. Lang Monument on Don Knotts Boulevard across from the Wharf District and online at langmonument.com.
Z-Bart is your local expert for automotive appearance and protection products and services. And now, Z-Bart can apply the ceramic Z-Gloss paint coating to your vehicle for a shine that never goes away. No more waxing, no more rubbing, no more settling for a less than perfect finish. No more. Z-Bart's ceramic Z-Gloss is a 3-layer coating that preserves your vehicle's incredible shine. Get the glossy details online at zbart.com. Z-Bart of Morgantown, just off I-68 exit 7, Fort Pierpont Plaza.
Josh Heinerman here with Advanced HVAC and Plumbing. For over 25 years, we have been making Morgantown homes cozy and efficient. From emergency repairs to energy-efficient upgrades, your comfort is our top priority. A proud supporter of high school athletics, Advanced is the area's only factory-authorized Carrier dealer, but we can service any brand or model. Carrier. Turn to the experts and turn to Advanced.
I'm 30 now. Right out of high school, I skipped college and took a job in the energy industry. Started at $25 an hour. They trained me, certified me, and I worked hard. Now, I own a home, 5 acres, and a new truck. And I never had to leave West Virginia. No debt, no regrets. My buddies took on loans. I took on a career. Parents, talk to your kids. This industry changed my life, and it's hiring right now.
DPS Land Services. Learn more at dpslandservices.com.
Now back to the Mon Health System Halftime Report on WHAR.
Welcome back to the Mon Health System Health Report here on WHAR.com. You know, Chance, we were so excited for this game that we completely forgot to do the sponsors here. Pre-game weather conditions sponsored by Advanced Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, keeping your home cozy year-round. Morgantown's residential HVAC plumbing leader for over 20 years, online at advancedheatingandcooling.info. You talked to me. You said you're getting a little chilly back there.
It is. Without the concentration on the game, it's getting a little nippy around here, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. We're approaching the low 60s here, about 64 degrees. You'll probably get into the 50s before this game is done. But we'll have the anxiety of the game to keep us warm in this second half. Starting lineups presented by Lang Monument. Lang Monument, family owned and celebrating families since 1874, located on the Wharf District, Morgantown, online at langmonument.com. We already went over the things. I guess we'll just talk about this, Chance. Who has impressed you the most on both sides? I feel like Cason Angel is probably going to be the guy that you say has impressed you the most on Cameron's side.
He's definitely their best athlete. The Talon Brown kid has had a phenomenal game too. Sometimes doing the little small things, but Angel's one of them on every play. You've got to have eyes on him because he's maybe the fastest guy out there, and I know Santa Fe's
I disagree
pretty quick, too.
I disagree with that. I would say he's probably the most elusive. You're going to have to, unfortunately, instead of drawing up blitzes, you're going to have to draw up contains to really contain and keep him in the pocket because his arm has not hurt you so far this game. I think he has one completion. Am I correct in saying that?
Let me look here real quick. I was set up for the CBs because
I'm
they
sorry.
get the ball in the opening half. He's 3 of 7.
3 of 7
for 18 yards. You're right. His arm has not hurt. And the longer this game goes, that you are able to contain him and make him, we'll say, one-dimensional or just Cameron one-dimensional, the more the game leads to you being able to control it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Clay Patel's side, who's impressed you?
The line has definitely looked good. I'm going to go with J.J. Doshin off the middle because I believe in some of them holes, like he's really, really opening them up. Ponceroff made a mistake in the point that he went over. Probably got talked to, as you said, by the coaches. He calmed down. He came back in, and he made a play. He made up for that mistake, and that's awesome to see that he's able to bounce back from it. What is it? Colt Sandy. Colt Sandy on both sides at the tight end position has a big catch, and on the defensive side of the ball, I feel like he's been a disruptor.
Absolutely. I'm going to go with Huggy Bear. Jackson Huggins, I mean, he's had a couple tackles in the backfield. He's really been able to get off the blocks on the offensive line. A guy switching positions. Let's not forget he played 3 years at fullback at 100, switching to the offensive line. You can definitely tell that he's played middle linebacker his entire high school career, but at the same time. All right. So, Keys to the Game, sponsored by DPS Land Services, your partner in land management, acquisition, leasing, mineral buying, due diligence, and more. Our expert team makes complex land deals simple. Visit dpslandservices.com. All right, I'll go to you, Chance. What are the 3 keys? I'll give you one for each team in the second half, and then one that both teams need to follow. One for each team, one both teams need to follow.
I think Clay Battelle for sure needs to come out here and once again get the run game going. I do believe, I know they got the receivers and stuff out there, but I believe the run game early was setting a tone, and if you can come out here and set that down and drive the ball down the field without having to put it in the air much would be nice. When it comes to Cameron, you know, this opening drive is crucial for them. They almost can't give up no points, and we know that ain't going to be a field goal pretty well because we went for 2. Don't really have a kicker a whole lot this year from what I can tell. And the second drive's crucial, but when it comes to the offensive side, they are going to have to find a way to move the ball through the air a little bit more if they want to do it. If they become one-dimensional, it just allows the defense to set up and start spying on Angel and having other guys take care of the tailbacks.
All right. I tend to agree with you, Chance. I think this is a very statement drive that you can make here if you're Clay Battelle, if you march down the field and score. You get the 2-point conversion, you make this a 2-score game as well. As we're approaching about 2 minutes left to go before the second half kicks off. Your halftime scores that we did earlier are sponsored by Saving Grace Septic and Rentals, providing clean, reliable toilets for every event. And when septic systems need service, we are your first call. We're local, we care, and we are there when you need to go. Call them at 304-282-7210. Once again, Clay Battelle deferred to the second half. They will receive. They will be working from our right to left. Ponceroff giving a nice little handshake there to one of the seniors on Cameron. That is number 56, Carter Patzawetsky.
I'm happy you pronounced that's what I was saying. I was just going to go with P.
I just remember it from last year, Chance. I got a halfway decent memory.
That's good. I couldn't pronounce that.
I guess that's what a college education gets you. So, anyways, for Cameron here, I wouldn't necessarily say a score is the end-all, be-all here, but I will say a long sustained drive that we've seen both teams be capable of playing. If Clay Battelle can run the ball, get a long sustained drive, and then score with a touchdown, and you are midway through the third quarter already, that can be a gut punch. Kickoff in the second half is sponsored by Vision Homes, and they have been building custom homes for area families for over 30 years. Visit AskVisionHomes.com and see how easy it is to build a house you're proud to call home. Taylon Brown is the kicker for the Cameron Dragons. Once again, the guys back deep to receive for Clay Battelle. On the far side of the field is Braden Ponceroff, and the short side of the field is Cody Santa Fe Clovis. I keep calling him Corey. Because of Corey Cohen. He's looked good here today as well.
He has.
Really calm, cool, and collected in the pocket. All right. Kickoff is away. It goes to Caleb Hall. He catches it just beyond the 30 over at the 28, and he is smacked right at the 34. A hard hit there. And
he got the air knocked out of him there.
Yep. He is he's a little bit slow to get up. So Caleb Snodgrass is going to be the tailback to start this second half. Ball is at the own 35-yard line of Clay Battelle on the short hash.
He got hit by about 3 people all at the same time.
Once again, your score, Clay Battelle 8, Cameron 6. Pistol formation with a fullback on the right side. Caleb Snodgrass, the tailback, behind the quarterback. 2 receivers to the right. They hand it off to Snodgrass here. They plug the hole pretty well. Minimal gain of about 2 to 3 yards. and that will bring up 2nd down and 8.
They just need to settle down here.
Yep.
Keep trickulating the ball down the field. Will be nice to see if we can get Caleb Hall in here, extend this drive to where we can see him come back. That'd make me feel a lot better.
All right, 2 receivers to the right here, 1 to the left. Same formation in a pistol. Handed off to Snodgrass again. He gets past 1 tackler, not going to get past the 2nd, though, and he's going to get a minimal gain. Actually, I don't think he got anything. He did not. 3rd down and 8 here for the Seabees. And this is exactly what you want here if you're Cameron, a 3rd and long formation with a chance to get a 3 and out here. Cameron Mercer looks to be kicking himself.
He is limping up to the line. I hope that doesn't become a problem for us here on the protection.
Got to watch that left side, the blind side of Corey Cohen. He rolls out to his right, throws it, caught by Santa Fe, makes a man miss, gets across the sticks, and is out of bounds at midfield.
13-yard reception.
1st down for the Clay Battelle Seabees. The pass was a little bit low, but Cody Clovis really showed good poise and ability to catch the ball there. Equipment timeout, and Cameron Mercer is going to come out. Josh Wilson will come in at left tackle.
Which we know with Josh, we see him on the defensive line.
Plug and play,
time,
man.
But he's one of them. I think you could put him out anywhere out there, and he would find a way to succeed.
And now the whistle's going to blow.
Clock. I don't think the play clock was running.
Yep. All right, they break the huddle here. Same formation with 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Pistol formation with a fullback to the quarterback's right. They hand it off to Snodgrass again. He gets across midfield over to close to the 45. He'll be down at the 46. It'll be a gain of 4, 2nd down and 6. Ball is on the far hash here.
It was a nice hole for him. I just, I can't say enough how quick this Cameron defense is.
Yeah.
Like, there's holes, but they close in a hurry. But it's also impressive to watch the Seabees and the holes that they are opening with that line, because you can go down the field at 4 yards a clip.
2nd down and 6 here. Same formation. Line goes down. Going to run the weak side this time to the left, and it is going nowhere. Loss of 1 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd down and 7 for Clay Battelle. I'm wondering if he ran it to the left to try and get some more room on the right to try and roll out to the right on 3rd down if he needed it.
That could have been a possibility. Could have been the thoughts of LePeau there, too. I will tell you, though, that Cameron's doing a good job when we try to roll Corey that way. They're bringing a defensive back in on a blitz and not letting him get to the outside of that hash mark.
All right. Going to do a quick screen here to Ponceroff. Ponceroff makes a man miss, gets across the 45 and across the sticks over to the 40.
There's
flag on the play.
There
I think that's
is a late hit.
I don't know if that was a late hit, Chance. I think it might honestly be a face mask.
Well,
it's definitely going to add to the end of the run, for sure.
7. Looks like we got 11 yards on the reception.
That's the first screen that we've seen tonight here. Well, what did I say? It was a face mask.
Yep, you called it.
9 minutes left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Clay Battelle is driving. They're on the opponent 20. They keep moving, so that's why I'm pausing here. They're inside the 25 down to the 22.
Well, yes, you're right. I'm sorry. The one stick, the first down marker guy stopped right there, and I was like, I want to go back it up a little. First down at the 22.
Caleb Hall is back into the game here at tailback. Same formation, though, with 2 receivers to the right. Going to straight drop back here. Corey Cohen hit as he threw. Did he catch that? I think they caught that. What are they saying here? We haven't come to a decision yet. They are going to say it was a pick. Picked off by, guess who? Taylon Brown.
The boy has been having a phenomenal game.
Exactly what you needed here if you were Cameron. You were driving Clay Battelle, or Clay Battelle was driving them down the field, and you end up just getting a pick on a straight drop back on a 1st down and 10. All right. Cameron with their first possession of the second half with 8:54 left to go here in the third quarter. They trail by 2, 8-6. Trips receivers to the left here. Running back is on the quarterback's right. Cameron, straight drop back, looking for the short yard game, and they've got it to him. Tackled by Trey Huggins. That was complete by Sterling Reed.
Looks like we got 9 on the reception there.
Yep, so the whole playbook is open here if you're Cameron. And I think they probably saw something there on those far side short yardage games. All right. 2 receivers to the right this time. Tight end on the left. Running back is on the quarterback's left side. He fakes like he's going to the right, goes to the left and then goes to the right. He does get enough for the 1st down.
Yes, he did.
And he will be brought down for a gain of about 2. Ball is now at the 33-yard line of Cameron. They're working from our left to right. Ball is on the far hash. Cooper Payton, once again, is at the middle linebacker position. Jackson Huggins has now moved to the D-line. 2 receivers on each side. Faking the handoff, straight drop back. Cason Angel rolling to his right. There's a flag on the play. Stiff arms a man, going to look to throw. He does, out of bounds. But there is going to be a flag on the play, and based off where the flag is, usually that is a holding penalty.
Yep,
I just saw the motion for it. So that will move the ball from the 33 to the 23, 1st down and 20 for the Cameron Dragons. Now they're probably going to be in 3 obvious passing situations.
Watch the draw.
Yeah.
Watch the draw. Smart coach on this one comes out with a draw just to see if maybe they can break one, make the next play a little bit more manageable.
Maybe not on the 1st down. 2nd and 3rd down, certainly that's open, but I think you got to get some of this yardage back. This is really the first time that the Cameron Dragons have been drastically behind the sticks so far this game. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right here. Tight end on the right, and the running back is to the quarterback's right. Hard count, straight drop back. Pressured by Colt Sandy and TJ Barr. Jax Huggins trying to get him, and they wrap him up for a minimal gain. And it's going to be a gain of about 4 there by Cason Angel. However, it will bring up 2nd down and 16. Exactly what you needed to do there if you were the CB's, Chance.
Yeah, you're looking now. Look, it looks like they gave him
they gave him a little bit more. I think it's more of a gain of 6 instead of 4.
You still got 2nd and 14 right now, so.
Still behind the sticks here. If you can keep it to 3rd down and 8 or more, I think you can be very happy here with what you did on 2nd down. All right, 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Looks like the running back, Holland, is to Angel's left. They're going to hand it off to Holland. Holland breaks 1 tackle and gets wrapped up by Cooper Payton down at about the original line of scrimmage, down to the 33-yard line. It will bring up 3rd down and 10.
That was actually Brown on the carry. That was not Holland. Holland is 1. That was 18 that ran it there.
Oh, apologies. I was going to say, though, Chance, Cooper Payton, once again, a guy who has not played football, organized football, since 6th grade. Did you see that textbook tackle there at the legs?
He did. He got on him, made sure he wasn't going anywhere else.
Cooper Statler comes out. Caleb Snodgrass comes in at linebacker. 3rd down and 10 here. Big situation for the CBs to try and get off the field. Straight drop back. Passes to Sawyer Reed, complete, and he's tackled by Tyson Price. Cody Clovis got beat a little bit too much, but he was just trying to play it safe. Sawyer Reed's a good athlete, was able to make him miss, and he gets the 1st down into opponent territory down to the 47.
But that if you're Cameron, you got to be feeling good off
Yes.
that. You were 1st and 20, and you found a way to pick it up.
Tyson Price also reached up really hard to try and tip that ball, but it was a good pass there by Case and Angel. They break the huddle here. Holland is the running back to Angel's left, 2 receivers on each side. 4-man box for the Seabees. They look to be blitzing. They are going to blitz. Angel keeps it, breaks a couple tackles, reverses field, trying to get past. He's at the 40, and he's wrapped up by Cody Clovis down to about the 37-yard line, and Caleb Hall has a cramp. All right, we'll take a short break here, and when we come back, we'll return to the action. Once again, your score, Clay Patel 8, Cameron 6, but Cameron is driving with 5:55 left to go in the third quarter. You are listening to Clay Patel CB's Football on WAJR.com.
Health works for you, for rehab and fitness too.
Keeping high school athletes healthy is something that HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness takes great pride in. That's why our certified athletic trainers work with many area schools during practice and on the sidelines during tonight's game. Unfortunately, injuries do happen in sports, at work, and at home. At HealthWorks, our goal remains the same, to get you back in action. When you need physical therapy, you need HealthWorks. HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness, Morgantown, Westover, Cheat Lake, Blacksville, Smithfield, Waynesburg, Fairmont, and Buchanan. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
Our people make the difference in the way you feel each day. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks.
College isn't for everyone, and that's okay. There's another way to build a life right here. The energy industry offers real pay, $25 an hour to start. They'll get full training, certifications, and a path to grow. It's not a short-term job. It's a career. The dream doesn't live in a dorm. It lives in hard work. And the energy industry is hiring. DPS Land Services. Learn more at dpslandservices.com.
This is Clay Patel High CB's Football on WAJR.
5:55 left to go here in the third quarter. Cameron has the ball at the 38-yard line on the near side hash, and they will look to answer and take the lead down by 2, 8-6. I am Ethan Collins. Joined alongside me is Chance Collins. Caleb Hall, the injured player, but it looks to just be a cramp here, and he will walk over to the sidelines. You hate to see that for him, but it is week one. You're going to have some cramps and some issues there, no matter how good in condition you are.
Yeah, I still think that may actually have contributed from the hit he took on that kickoff. Like, it really shook him up.
Cooper Statler, though, is back into the game for the Seabees over at the middle linebacker position. Caleb Snodgrass will kind of take over at the outside linebacker, made up of Colt Sandy. I believe that is that's Jax Huggins, Huggy Bear. I believe that's the freshman into the game at D tackle there, number 65.
It is. What is it, Jacob Layton?
Yes. All right. Clay Patel looks to be showing blitz here. We're going to drop back to pass here. Pressure coming, flag on the play, and he's going to throw it away. That cannot be an incomplete pass. There we go. There's the flag drop. That's going to be intentional grounding.
I will tell you this, though. You know, you normally don't get this in a lot of ways, but the referees have really worked well together.
Absolutely.
It's been a nice called game. I mean, there's been a couple that, you know, were 50-50 calls, could have went either way, but they've not tried to dictate the game, which is nice to see.
So there's going to be 2 fouls on the play, both by Cameron. I believe one was holding and the other was intentional grounding. If you get the hold, you still retain second down. It will be second down and 11. However, the flag has been placed over at the 49-yard line of Cameron, which would make it third down, because it's a loss of down, third down and 12. So it's a very easy decision here. There you go. You're getting the explanation here from the referees. I think, and I think you're right, Chance. They've done an excellent job here tonight letting the guys play. Hasn't been too chippy out there. I mean, you still got those first week kind of aggression that you've been waiting months and months for.
And
As I said, Clay Battelle hasn't played in 293 days. And football is a game of aggression.
What's amazing is I just watched a freshman come in, and the first opportunity he got made a huge play. He blew up the middle of that field.
They've actually moved the ball back over to the own 46 of Cameron. He's still, the freshman still stays in the game here. Cason Angel on a QB keeper, pursued by Cooper Statler. He gets away into opponent territory and down at the 40-yard line of Clay Battelle. And just like that, 3rd down and 17 becomes 4th down and very manageable. 4th down and 2.5. Actually, we'll say 3.
Yeah, Angel is starting to say, I'm going to take this game over is what I'm seeing. He just took it and he went with it, and his speed is showing every time he runs out there. He can stop and go in a heartbeat.
Ball carrier vision's just been absolutely excellent. All right, big play here, 4th down and 3. 2 receivers on each side for Cameron. They went on 2. Clay Battelle's disciplined. Sawyer Reed wide open in the middle, and he's going to be tackled by Cody Clovis down just short of the goal line at the 1, and Cameron will take over 1st down and goal, and this is not good. We see Cody Clovis clinching his arm after the tackle. Well, Chance, I said Sawyer Reed would make an impact onto this game.
And he definitely has.
And just made the biggest play of Cameron so far.
Nobody even went with him. I mean, he was wide open. Clovis used his speed to catch back up to him, and was able to get him down. Now you just got to make a goal line stand. I know that seems rough from what appears to be the 1-foot line right now.
It actually does not appear to be an arm injury. It does appear to be a leg injury, which, to tell you the truth, they're stretching it out. And, Chance, I hate to say this, but that's the best sign that I've seen, because usually that just means a cramp.
Hoping he can get to the side, get some liquid, maybe find a way to get back in and make an impact.
So Clay Battelle in a bit of a pickle here. They're not even on the 1-yard line. They're on the half-yard line. They need only about a foot to get to the end zone and take the lead if you're Cameron. They went. Clay Battelle went 3 and out on their first possession of the second half, and now with 4:54 left to go here in the third quarter, Cameron is 1 foot away from taking the lead, at least 12-8.
Yeah, the extra point for them could be crucial too.
Makes it a guaranteed 1-score game.
Yes.
The best, but if they don't get it,
touchdown will give you the lead.
Yes. 4:54 left to go in the third quarter. Once again, the ball is about a foot away from the end zone. It's at about the middle of the field. And I kind of like this decision if you're Clay Battelle. What do you do if you're 1 foot from the goal line? You stick your biggest guy right across from the center, and that is Gump. They line up under center for the first time. They hand it off to the fullback, and he is in for the touchdown.
It took a second effort to do it, but they did score.
This is something I've never seen in high school football, Chance. A light show after you score a touchdown.
That is impressive that they're able to do that with these new LED lights.
Although we are up on the roof here, and I got to admit, when the lights go out, it makes me a little bit nervous. Because there's nothing worse from heights than dark heights.
When you know you're up high.
All right, A crucial two-point conversion. The ball is lined up in the middle of the field. There looks to be a running back on each side. No, they're going to line up the running back, Holland, out at wide receiver. Brown is the tailback right next to the quarterback. He gets the handoff. He bounces to the outside. It's between him and Ponceroff. I don't know if he got there. He did. I think he touched the pylon. He is in. Two-point conversion good, and it is 14-8 Cameron. I think, Chance, we're about two-thirds of the way through this game. I think we can safely say that these are two teams that, if all goes well this season, will be in the playoffs.
Agreed. It's been a phenomenal game. It's been adjustments across the board from both sides, trying to find things to do. And right now, I'll just word it this way, Angel's been the difference.
100% yes.
He's the best athlete out there on the field, and he's showing it. And it's just one of them. You got to find a way to make adjustment on defense and stop that. But on offense, you've also got to find a way to put something together. Like we've had some decent drives, but it feels like nothing's just clicking yet to where you feel comfortable being able to move the ball.
4:47 left to go here in the third quarter. Cameron leads by a score of 14-8. Clay Battelle will get the ball for their second possession of the second half. Their first possession went 3 and out, and a rejuvenated Cameron Dragons at home behind their crowd is back in the lead. Good crowd and showing on the opposite side of our field there by the visiting Clay Battelle Seabees. A lot of guys came out, and I'm sure whoever couldn't come out is listening to this broadcast right now.
I know we got, Kentucky? We got one person listening to us, Caleb?
Indiana.
Yeah,
Indiana. Caleb Hall's father. All right. So, by the way, good sign to see is Cody Clovis is back out onto the field. However, Baden Ponceroff is not.
And he, I believe, is the one sitting on the end of the bench with his helmet off.
No, he is not.
That is not. Okay. Nope, I see him over by the water thing now drinking.
Yep, he's just drinking some fluids. Weird little kick here, and I think it's a live ball. Cameron almost got it. Damon Cohen was there, and it just caught him a little bit off guard there. Ball went loose. However, it was recovered. And Seabees will take over 1st and 10 near midfield. That was a lucky break there by the Seabees.
Yes, it was. Who was it? That was J.J. Doshin who saved it after it bounced. It bounced off of Cohen, went forward, and the Cameron guy wasn't able to control it and bounced it back, and that's where Doshin was able to recover.
Josh Wilson is still the left tackle here for the Seabees on the offensive line. They line up in a pistol formation here. They snap, a little bubble screen, and it's going to go over the head of Clovis, and Clovis is a little bit limping again, and he's going to have to come out. And it looks like Colt Sandy is going to come in, so we'll look to see two tight ends here. 2nd down and 10 here for Clay Battelle. Bubble screen didn't work. It ends up being an incomplete pass. 15 seconds left on the play clock here. Ponceroff, the slot receiver. Huggins, the other receiver. Colt Sandy is the lone receiver to the left. They hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass able to take a few defenders with him, get across midfield, and go down at the 49. And did you just see that from Holland?
I did not.
He did the whole handstand, kick your back up routine. And he's doing that in the third quarter. That's pretty impressive. All right, 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Clay Battelle trails by a score of 8-14. It is 3rd down and 7 for the Seabees. Got to at least try to get a first down. A score isn't crucial, but at least a little bit of ball movement is. Cohen drops back to pass, immediately pressured, tries to get away from the rush. He does. He throws it, and it's picked off by Brown. That is Cale Winters. Winters across the 30 over to the 20, and he will be brought down at the 20. Flag is on the play. And you got to say, Corey Cohen did a good job avoiding the rush there, tried to make a play. Probably should have just thrown the ball away there if you didn't see anybody throw it at everybody over everybody's head. Maybe punt it away, live to fight on defense. And the conditioning starting to become a factor here for Clay Battelle as we get it. So
it does seem shocking on the conditioning because, like you said, it's a nice, cool night
for
the first opening game. Normally your opening game, you've got mid-80s, and you understand the cramping going on.
Yeah. Huggins was the guy cramping up there for the Seabees, but Cameron will take over at the opponent 36-yard line, first down and 10 after the penalty on the return. So it was a block in the back from the defense on the return. And now you're in trouble here if you're Clay Battelle to try and not get the ball, get the game away from you.
Yeah, the pressure right now that Cameron's getting on the defensive side of the ball. Corey don't have a whole lot of time to do it, and he's just trying to make something happen.
By the way, should be mentioned, Eli Cottrell was in at cornerback here. And I would look to see if they take advantage of it. They do not. They hand it off to Holland. Holland gets across the 35 and down to about the 33, and it will be second down and about 7 here for Cameron. Be looking to see if Cameron takes advantage of Clay Battelle having Eli Cottrell into the game. Eli Cottrell, very capable at the secondary position, good hard-hitting guy. However, he's just got a little bit of a size disadvantage on the wide receiver. They do a straight back drop, looking for Sawyer Reed deep down the middle, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cameron. 2:58 left to go in the third quarter, and Cameron takes a 20-8 lead here. It was a good play design by Cameron. Sawyer Reed lined up in the slot position over on the right side, did a nice little wheel route, and then the receiver on the far side, it was the guy who got the interception, Cale Winters, did a slant pattern, and they just tried to confuse Cottrell. And I thought Cottrell honestly made a good play on the ball.
Yeah, Cameron has noticed something at halftime. I don't know what it is, but they've come out and they've been able to get Reed involved in the game a lot more than they were in the first half. 2-point
conversion attempt here for Cameron, and they are in. Taylon Brown takes it into the end zone, and it is 22-8 with 2:58 left to go in the third quarter. And Cameron's crowd is now into the game, and they are looking like a team that played in December last year.
Yep, you can see the experience starting to show.
And I think this is, honestly, I think this is the thing that I'm most surprised about is that Cameron has not lost a single step in this second half.
No, you've seen no cramping with them. They just keep hitting it, and the shocking part of that is the Seabees are playing a lot of different people in defense than they are on offense, and Cameron seems to have a lot more players playing both ways, and it's still not affected them. But now you put yourself in a situation you're going to have to start passing a little bit more than you want, and Cameron's going to start licking their chops. You're going to start sending some more people at you, and the protection's got to get a little bit better than it has been for Corey, or he's going to have trouble throwing and completing passes.
All right. Looks like Ponceroff is back into the game here for Clay Battelle. Tyler Sleeth is the other man back deep to return for Clay Battelle. Tyson Price We've also got number 9, Colton Cheney, into the game here on the return side. And I wouldn't say that they would probably just go right at him. No, they're going to go right at Tyson Price. Price, he can move a little bit, but doesn't go anywhere this time as he gets to the 41-yard line, or 40, due to forward progress. And that is where Clay Battelle will take over. So, Chance, is this a must-score drive?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, because I think if you don't score, Cameron's confidence just becomes, I guess you just can't get over it. Like, they're going to get it back. I think the sail will be out of your defense. And you may not give up a score, but I don't think you're going to get a quick stop.
All right, pistol formation here for Clay Battelle. 2 receivers and a tight end. They hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass is met by 3 Cameron Dragons right at the line of scrimmage, and it will be a gain of nothing.
You're seeing a line of Clay Battelle that I feel like outweighs the Cameron defensive line by 40 pounds across the line. And we're not getting a push right now. Cameron is – the front 3 guys are holding in place.
Better conditioned.
And it's looking that way right now.
All right, 2 tight ends, 1 on each side, 2 receivers to the right. Cohen drops back to pass. Pressure coming from the blind side. He throws it deep to Ponceroff. Ponceroff incomplete. Tried to grab that one in one-handed. Wasn't able to corral it. And it'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Seabees.
That blind side
is
coming in like crazy. And Corey just don't have time.
Cameron Mercer is back into the game, though, at left tackle. I'm
That is
also
nice to see.
very honestly, Chance, I'm just utterly shocked at how much, I guess, Clay Battelle looks gassed.
They do. And it is shocking, like I said, considering that we
know how much work they put in the offseason. They put a lot of work into their weightlifting and strength and conditioning program in the offseason, but Cameron just looks to be the better in-shape team. 2 tight ends. They're going to send extra protection, and they're going to throw it over to Ponceroff, just over the reaches of Braden Ponceroff, and it'll be incomplete, and it'll be 4th down and 10 for Clay Battelle. And now you're starting to see maybe the confidence of Corey Cohen getting a little bit rattled by that pressure that's coming.
Yeah, I mean, you throw 2 possessions back-to-back with interceptions, it's definitely going to shake a younger quarterback up. But I tell you, he was open. You know, if he's able to hit that, and the thing is, if it's Clovis, I think he runs under it just because he's a little bit quicker.
All right, receiver on each side, 2 tight ends to the right, and the running back is to the right. They're going to do a quick punt here. Looked like they were going to go for it. Cohen is the backup punter. A nice sky punt. Bounces, gets a nice Clay Battelle bounce. Bounces over to the 26-yard line, and Trey Huggins will down it right there. 1:55 left to go in the 3rd quarter, and Cameron has dominated the second half.
Yes, they have. The defense needs to make something happen. And I can tell you, if I am correct this time, I was incorrect on Ponceroff being on the bench. But I do believe that is Corey Clovis over there trying to rub out
that cramp.
And I am wrong on that because he is on the field. So my eyesight at the distance evidently ain't as good as I thought it was.
All right. Pistol formation here for Cameron. Clay Battelle shows blitz. Fumble on the exchange. Does Cooper Statler have it? They're pointing like we have it. And they do. Exactly what you needed there if you were Clay Battelle. A turnover. Cooper Statler, though, is coming up limping. I think maybe one of the defenders fell on his ankle. And
that was Holland.
He's got to go down. Yep, he's going to go down here.
I'm hoping a cramp in the process again.
Yep. So 1st down and 10. We'll reset here after the fumble by Cameron on the exchange, recovered by Cooper Statler, and chances, is this the furthest they've gotten in the second half? It has to be, right?
Yes.
Because it's been 2 3-and-outs.
Unless you include the interception, which may have been
I think
caught
it
at the
occurred.
30.
I think it occurred at the 30-yard line. You're correct.
I could hear that. Cameron coaches from up here on top of the press box where we're at screaming at him, going, "That don't matter. The next play's what matters."
Yeah.
Trying to get him ready as far as Cameron goes of understanding as long as you stop him from scoring, you still got a 2-possession lead.
If that was the last play of the game, guess what? You still win the game.
Yes.
You know, you're still up 22-8 with 1:50 left to go in the third quarter. Nothing to panic about if you're Cameron, but at the same time, on the Clay Battelle broadcast, you have an opportunity to put yourself back into the game when you've been beaten and battered and had nothing go your way this second half.
That's correct. And I mean, over there, Clay Battelle coaches are probably screaming, "Next play,
Yes.
next play." Like, we just got to keep playing. It's one play at a time.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Pistol formation with a fullback to Corey Cohen's right. Snodgrass gets the carry. He's inside the 20, rolls forward to about the 17-yard line. Nice run there by Snodgrass. And Chance, I'm starting to get a little bit of a shiver.
It is chilly up here. Never thought I'd say that at the first ball game of the year either.
Never thought I'd say that in August for sure. Ball is at the 18-yard line, 1:20 left to go in the third quarter. Same formation, 3 receivers, and they're going to do a little screen pass here to Ponceroff. He gets a good block from Clovis, gets inside the 10, and goes down to the 6. First down and goal for Clay Battelle. Good sportsmanship there, seen by the Clay Battelle offensive line. They help up the running back of Cameron Holland. That was J.J. Dawson, and I believe that was Cameron Mercer.
I may be wrong on this, but I almost want to see him run that exact same play on the opposite side of the field right now, because Ponceroff seems to have more athletic ability than the guy guarding him.
52 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. You got to make a little bit of urgency here. Twins receiver, nope, they're going to switch it. Clovis on the left, Ponceroff on the right. Play clock at 6 seconds. 2 tight ends to the left. They're going to fake it. Oh, miscommunication there, and it's going to be a tackle in the backfield by Holland. And it was, I believe Snodgrass thought it was an inside zone. Cohen thought it was an outside zone. Doesn't matter who was wrong. Somebody was wrong. Tackle has been made back at the 11-yard line, and that could be the final play of this third quarter. And they're going to, I saw Lepeau point up the 1. All right. 1 quarter left to go where champions are made, and we've got a good one. Cameron 22 and Clay Battelle 8. But Clay Battelle is driving with a second down and goal. When we return, we'll have the final quarter of action here on WAJR.com.
Once upon a time, there were no portable toilets, and finding relief was an adventure. Then came crowded restrooms, unpleasant and inconvenient. Enter Saving Grace Septic and Rentals, providing clean, reliable portable toilets for every event, from football games to family gatherings, even work sites. And when septic systems need service, we're your first call. We're local, we care, and we're there when you need to go. For comfort and convenience, we're your saving grace. 304-282-7210.
While others search far and wide for solutions, you know where to turn. Patton Building Services. Since 1981, we've been more than a service provider. We're a legacy. From janitorial to general building maintenance, we believe clean environments build better business. We don't just maintain buildings, we maintain communities.
Patton Building Services. Beyond cleaning. Total building care. Find us online at pattonbuildingservices.com.
This is Clay Battelle High CB's football on WAJR.
Crucial moment here in the game. Clay Battelle trailing by a score of 22-8 here in the fourth quarter. They have the ball, second down and goal from the 11. They line up in the I, a receiver on each side. They hand it off to Snodgrass. Snodgrass gets tackled in the backfield, and it will be third down and goal from the 14-yard line. No penetration coming there from the offensive line.
None. And I don't know if it's conditioning or if Cameron's just noticed something, but they're definitely hitting the gaps a lot better, getting more pressure, and you didn't see that in the first two drives by Clay Battelle.
Third down and goal here. Once again, the ball is placed on the right hash here, so if Corey Cohen wants to throw to the strong side of the field, he's going to have to throw across his body and on what you would argue is the weaker side of the offensive line, although I still wouldn't say that. Two receivers, a timeout called by Clay Battelle.
I'm going to talk this one over.
Yeah, it's a crucial play.
It is.
It's a crucial play. So, Chance, I guess the question for me is, obviously you have two chances here. Do you take two shots to the end zone, or do you try to gain a little bit of yardage to make it closer?
I mean, you can complete a pass not in the end zone, but you probably want that player on the run, giving them an opportunity to try to get it in. But at the same time, you're, 11 yards out in the end zone is always a good shot. You ain't going to worry about the play after. But I will say I've seen Ponceroff beat his defender at least 2 to 3 times now with a little quick circle move. And if he can get that, he's probably going to score.
Like a little bit of trickeration here.
We already pulled that one out of the bag. You're 11 yards away.
You said every coach has got two trick plays.
They do, and I mean you could throw a screen out to Ponceroff and let him throw it.
I'm not necessarily saying Ponceroff here. I know Coach LePo's got some tricks up his sleeve. We'll see if he uses them. That's all I'm saying. All right. Crucial moment here, third down and goal. Ball placed on the right hash. Trey Huggins is the lone receiver to the right. Tripp's receivers to the left, made up of Cooper Payton, Braden Ponceroff, and Cody Clovis. Snap is back. Straight drop. Cohen looks to throw, middle of the field, tipped at the line. Great play there by the nose guard, Brody Hill. I don't know, was it their chance? I didn't have a good look at it.
Ponceroff was coming across. I think it had a possibility is what I'll say. There was a man right behind him. It was just if he could make the play on the ball. Ponceroff's good at catching that ball out in front of his body.
All right, fourth down and goal. Most crucial play of the game here if you're Clay Battelle. It's going to be really, really hard to get back into this game down 2 scores with 11:08 left to go in the game. Trips to the left made up of Payton, Ponceroff, and Clovis. Snodgrass is to the quarterback's left. Trey Huggins is the lone receiver to the right. He looks to the left. Pressure coming. Throws it towards the end zone, and it's incomplete. It was 3 against 2, and it falls incomplete, and Clay Battelle will turn over on downs, and Cameron will take over at their own 14-yard line. It is about the 12.5-yard line. Now you just say zone read, Case and Angel, and Holland, and just run it down their throat.
You're going to try to run it down the throat if you're Cameron.
J.J. Doshin is trying to get off the field quickly. He does. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Looks like Holland is on Angel's right. Oh, both teams moved. Let's see who they get first. Here's the thing. I saw Clay Battelle move first, but you got to think you can go across the line and then immediately, and they're going to call a false start. So that's a break there. A safety here would still put you at a 2-possession game.
But it gets you the ball back in really good field position probably.
Two receivers on each side, same formation. Holland is on Angel's right. Showing blitz, straight drop back, screen pass here to Reed. Reed gets across the 20 over to the 21. And Chance, this second half has really been the Case and Angel Sawyer Reed show.
It has. I can tell you right now that Sawyer Reed is up to 126 yards receiving.
And probably, I'd say 50% of that was on one catch. How long was that touchdown that he had?
Touchdown was 33.
Okay. Two receivers on each side here. Going to do the same thing just to the opposite side. Huggins tries to make the play. Fumble! Poncheroff has it. He's got it across the 15, over to the 10, and he's in. Touchdown, Clay Battelle. Just like that. Back into the game. (14-22) with 10:13 left to go here in the fourth quarter. I believe it was Cooper Statler that forced the fumble. The offensive lineman moving all the way out to the sideline to force that punt, or punch that ball loose. Sorry.
No, and they've been going at it all night. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen it. They've been hitting that ball all night long, and this time finally something happened. You see your two seniors stepping up for Clay Battelle. Cooper Statler causing it, Poncheroff getting it, putting it in the end zone. Let's see if we can get a two-point conversion here. Maybe one of the other seniors step up.
All right, pistol formation. They line it up on the right hash. They're going to hand it off to Snodgrass. He's in, two-point conversion good, 16-22. Clay Battelle trails with 10:13 left to go in this ball game. Chance, you score another touch, you get a stop, and you score another touchdown, you're at least going to tie it.
Yes.
Cameron has looked like the better team, but at the same time, mistakes have kept Clay Battelle in the game in the second half. Two fumbles.
And the funny part is mistakes is what got Clay Battelle into the hole. And it's like it's almost switched course now. Now it's up to Cameron. Does that experience of making it to the state title game, do them guys take over and keep the team calm? Or at this point in time, do they start tightening up a little bit? You know what I mean? Now you got the lead, but you ain't got two possessions. You only got one.
All right, kickoff here. Set to go.
I will say you did make the right decision on wearing the pants tonight, Ethan. I will give you credit on that. I went with the good old light
shorts
blue
and T-shirt.
light blue shorts, and that was probably a mistake on my part.
For the first time this game, they will line up to place the ball at the middle of the field on the kickoff. Something to keep in mind here. Do we have 11?
That is 11.
All right. Kickoff is away, end-over-end kick. It bounces at the 23, goes to the beyond the 20. And a nice, good truck stick there by number 33, Gunnar Lilly. He just absolutely put on the hit stick on Cody Clovis. But guess what? He goes out of bounds there. And with 10:07 left to go, Clay Battelle just needs one stop to get back into this game.
Like you said, still 10:07, plenty of time. You need to stop.
Can you get a second wind here from your Clay Battelle Seabees after these mistakes by the Cameron offense? All right, tight end on each side, pistol formation, tailback is behind the quarterback. They hand it off to Holland here. Holland gets wrapped up by Josh Wilson and is able to fall forward. He gets a decent gain on the play, but if he wasn't able to if Josh Wilson let him go, it would have been a big game.
It would have been, but he also had a hold of the ball, and he got the ball out about a foot from him, like he was stretching to pull it out, and Holland was able to keep control of it.
Good tackle there by Josh Wilson to try and force the turnover.
We see these seniors for the Seabees trying to step up, make something happen.
Tight end on each side. The running back is to Angels' right, a wide receiver on each side. Hard count. They hand it off to Holland. He's going nowhere, barely gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Josh Wilson and the mini fridge were both in there in a hurry.
And here comes the freshman, Jacob Layton, coming back into the game here. He subs out for TJ Barr.
He is a good-sized boy, but he's also quick for his size. If he's able to slip through, as we've seen on that one play where they caused the interception, I think, he can make havoc back there in the backfield.
Same formation. The running back's just flipped. He's on Angels' left. 3rd down and 6 here. Ball is at the 40-yard line of Cameron. Hand it off. No, it's going to be a keeper there to Angel. And for the first time tonight, Angel goes absolutely nowhere. Tackled on the play there by Caleb Snodgrass. Who was that? Cooper Payton? But Snodgrass was able to get the original tackle. What a great job there by the instigator. Staying home, not letting him get past you, and making the tackle.
They've been jumping inside. The outside guy hasn't allowing Angel to get to the outside. That time he set the boundary, and he's like, no, I'm going to force you back into my guys.
All right. Big loss on the play there. The
Angel
quarterback is the punter, so you just got to be completely aware of a fake. The snap is a little bit low. He does get it away, kind of a knuckleball kick. And
get away.
You hear, and Clay Battelle is going to get a flag here because one of the coaches was too far on the sideline, so they're going to get a sideline warning here. Next one's going to be a penalty. I think it was just the coaching staff trying to get a hold of Clovis and say, get away from the ball.
Yeah, I was thinking that in my head, and I ended up saying it out loud. I heard it on the speaker there because he started coming up, and I'm like, boy, there's 3 guys closer to you. You don't even want to get close.
All right, 7:38 left to go here in this ball game. Clay Battelle can tie with a score. Ball is placed on the left hash at the 26-yard line, 1st down and 10.
First opening night on Friday night.
Yeah.
What more could you ask for right now?
All right. Caleb Hall is the tailback in the backfield here. They hand it off to him. And he is going nowhere. Back to the original line of scrimmage, and that is it. 2nd down and 10 here for Clay Battelle. Nice job there by, I believe that was Robert Brown. Yeah, that was Taka Brown setting the inside edge there, forcing him to go inside where a lot of defenders were. 2nd down and 10 here. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap is back. Handoff is to Hall. Hall bounces forward. He almost got there. If he was able to get past the guys who tackled him, he would have been gone at least for a 1st down. It is 3rd down now and about 8 after a gain of 2. 6:48 left to go in this game. All right, Chance, if you don't get this 3rd down conversion, do you dare go for it? I would say with the you would?
I think it's a possibility. I want to see if I pick anything up.
All right, Twins receivers to the right here. Tight end on each side. They fake the handoff. Pressure coming. It's that fullback screen again to Cooper Payton. Payton gets across, and he's going to be extremely short, 1 yard short of the 1st down marker. I think you have to go hurry up here, try to get a hard count. Chance, with how well your defense is playing, I think you got to punt.
Try to get him to jump here first.
Yep. .20 seconds on the play clock. They are going to snap it. Caleb Hall is met in the backfield.
Nobody even blocked number 56 or 58 of Cameron.
Wow. That was a gut punch there. And here's the thing, I don't think even really Cameron's fan base really realized how much of a gut punch that was.
But here's the thing if you're the Seabees. Yes, it's a short field. But the thing is, it's the same as it was before. They got to score, or it's still a one-score game. So even though you're giving them good field position, you just got to keep
Your
them
defense
scoring.
is also playing well.
And the defense is playing well. We are going.
Was that what you were going to say if they went for it on fourth down?
Well, I mean, they went for it on fourth. They got blown up, and I want to get back and look at the film because Cameron being in this backfield the way they are, I don't know what our guys are missing up front.
Tight end on each side, wide receiver on each side. They drop back to pass here. Pressure coming. Steps up in the pocket. Is he going to get it? And it is intercepted by Cody Clovis. He's at the 15 and tackled at the 18. No, he's still going. Bounces to the outside. Retreats backwards, but still gets the ball back. The elite speed of Cody Clovis. It looked like he was beat, but he was able to catch up to the ball and force the first interception of the year for the Seabees. 3 turnovers now for Cameron in the second half. And now you're just 10 yards back from where you were. Great call, Chance, to go for it.
You're right. I mean, you're right back in it. That was the thing. If you don't let them score, it didn't really change anything. You were going to be on a long field anyway.
5:33 left to go in this ball game. Pistol formation, 2 receivers to the right. They hand it off to Hall. Hall still is going nowhere. It's been a defensive second half, or at least a defensive fourth quarter, you can certainly say. Though Clay Battelle got their first points of the second half, most of it came. Well, actually, it came off a turnover, didn't it, Chance? So you could say that this offense really hasn't done much in the second half. Same formation.
Made a couple plays, here or there, but overall, no, Cameron has been playing phenomenal defense.
They straight drop back pass here. Pressure coming from the blind side. They're going to throw it to Huggins, and Huggins just out of his reach. It falls incomplete there. Chance, I think you're right on the money again here. Santa Fe, if that ball's intended for Santa Fe, he might have caught that.
Correct. And we got to find some way to protect Corey right now.
Yeah.
If he's taking a hit every time he throws it, and each one of them is about 1/10 of a second from that arm being hit.
3rd down and 10 here. 4:50 left to go in the game. Same formation, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It's Ponceroff and Clovis, the receivers to the right. Snap is back. Straight drop back. Good protection over to Ponceroff, and he's got it! The gambit on the 50-50 ball. Ponceroff at midfield at the 49.
34 yards on the reception. And you know what? You know what caused that to happen? The offensive line stood up and gave Corey protection.
He stepped up in the pocket, made an excellent throw. 4:40 left to go in this game. 1st down and 10 at midfield. Ball is on the far hash on the left side. Snodgrass in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Snap is good. A little bit of a miscommunication on the exchange. It just didn't go to plan. It's a minimal loss here, but it is a loss of about 2 yards, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 12. And now the clock is running.
Last couple times, Corey and Snodgrass have just not been on the same page.
Four minutes now left to go in the game. 22-16. Cameron has the lead, but Clay Battelle has the ball just shy of midfield at the 47. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Drop backs to pass here. Screen play here coming for the tight end. Actually, it was more in the flat to Cooper Payton. Good coverage there by Cameron, and it's incomplete, and that brings up 3rd down and 12. Haven't seen that play, Chance, today.
Have not. Good defense, though. Wasn't a bad look by Cohen either. Like, it was there if he'd got it in front of him.
All right, 3rd down and 12 here. Same formation. The wide side of the field is the strong side. Corey drops back to throw. Miscommunication there. He threw that about 5 to 10 yards over Trey Huggins' head, and now you're in a very hard position here. 3:32 left to go in the game. It's 4th and 12. Maybe think about a hard count and then do that quick punt.
No, you're going for it here.
Oh, you're going for it?
Oh,
even with 2 timeouts?
If you kick it to them, they only need 1 first down. Cameron's showing that. If they don't get the first down, you're probably getting it back with a minute and a half and no timeouts at the 40 of your own. You go for it.
All right.
Because Cameron's probably going to go through it on all 4 downs anyway.
Well,
so you're probably going to end up about the same spot.
Timeout here taken by Aaron Lepeau. He has 1 timeout remaining.
Now you don't have a choice but to go for it.
Yes.
1 timeout, it's
100%.
You're getting it back with 30 seconds.
All right. The next play decides the ball game, probably. It's not impossible, but probably. And, Chance, I could take this matchup again if you ask me. Now, if we're out here and we're on the roof again, we're probably going to need some colder gear because it's going to be in November, and I'm already starting to shiver a little bit here in August.
Yeah, I mean, it's, we kind of touched upon it. Both these teams, I believe, are playoff caliber teams. And this right here may be playing for home field advantage. So this is a really crucial play, not only in this game, could end up being a crucial play in the season.
All right, what do you run here if you're Clay Battelle?
I'm going to have Ponceroff and Santa Fe over here on the wide side. I'm going to come. Ponceroff's going to go about 2 yards in front of the first down marker and just take a hard left across the field. Santa Fe's going to post it deep. Make Angel make a decision to stop the first down or to stop the touchdown. We just got to give Corey protection, and I think he can hit the throw.
If you're Cameron here, do you play to pressure or do you play in the secondary? I think the pressure's worked all night, or you probably go for it on pressure.
Yeah, the pressure's worked all night, and your defensive backs have done a good job.
Ponceroff is the lone receiver to the left here. It's Clovis and Peyton, the receivers to the right. Snap is back. Protection is pretty good. Nope, it's collapsing. Corey Cohen somehow breaks it. He's going to tuck it himself. Tries to get the first down. He breaks the tackle. He's across the sticks. He's at the 40. He's at the 30. He somehow fumbles the ball. And it's Cameron football.
One of the greatest runs I've ever seen for a Cameron guy to make a play and knock the ball out.
That is unbelievable. Chance, I'm on my knees.
I can tell you this. You said punt. Well, that's what you just did.
Yeah.
A 40, probably a 30, 40 yard.
But now you only have 1 timeout. You can stop it. I mean, you can certainly stop it. You have to hold them here. And they've had ball security issues. This turf, by the way, I had a chance to walk the field before the game here. When the sun was still out, the turf was wet. And we can see here on our boots here, it's starting to get a little bit slick. There's a lot of moisture in the air. Certainly that ball can come loose if you try. All right, 1st down and 10 here for the Cameron Dragons. A running back on each side. Quarterback keeper to Angel. Angel bounces to the outside. He's met in the backfield by a host of CBs, and it will be 2nd down and about 14-13 here. So if you stop them here, Chance, and they take the ball and they take it all the way down to the minimal time, you're looking at about I'd say about 150 left to go.
Probably by the time they punt, they'll run it down to the last second. I'm going to say 130.
130?
130.
3:07 left to go in the game. Cameron has the ball and leads by a score of 22-16. You can absolutely say that 100% both of these teams have given a valiant effort tonight, and these are 2 good football teams.
You do, and I mean, no matter what happens from this point here for the Seabees, for about the last 10 years, these games haven't even been close. And you've played them right now down to the point that this is a ball game. Still, I mean, we're, 3 3:10 left to go here in the fourth quarter, and you still got a possibility of winning this game. It's just something to build some confidence off of as you move into the season. I mean, you're playing the state runner-ups from last year.
All right, 3:10 left to go. 10 seconds on the play clock. Tight end on each side, wide receiver on each side. On 2, they hand it off, and he's got a gaping hole. He gets across the sticks. He's into the open field, gets across midfield, and he is down at about the 48. And just when you needed him most, the running back transfer from John Marshall, Marshall Holland, ends up taking the ball that pretty well almost puts this game on ice. It's not completely over.
Right now it's about causing a turnover.
Yes.
So I think they still got to run it. I don't think they can knee it just yet. It's about knocking that ball out.
Right now you're looking at it, you're probably getting the ball back with about 40 seconds. All right, pistol formation here. Fullback to the quarterback's right. Looks like Brown gets the carry, and he is going to be into first down territory. He does get out of bounds, so that will stop the clock, but that will be another first down. And they are 26 seconds away from kneeing this thing out.
You might be able to knee it from here. Meaning you're only, then you just stand back, toss the ball one time. You're giving it back to them with 20 seconds. But at the rate they're running the ball right now, I just keep running it.
You just feel like maybe the air was let out after that fumble. 2:26 left to go in the game here. Receiver on each side, tight end on each side. Holland is to Angel's right. Angel keeps it. Bounces to the outside, slides down. Good awareness there by the quarterback. He takes it to Clay Battel's 30-yard line, and it's 2nd down and 8. Clock is now running as we approach 2 minutes and 5 seconds left to go in this game. So now a first down will officially end it. Don't wait. Still got, actually, you got 12 seconds on the play clock here. You got to be make a little bit more haste here if you're Cameron. 5 seconds. They just break the huddle, and they're going to call a timeout. Well, Chance, I mean, you can honestly say that both teams deserved to win, but one team made more plays that could win you the game, and that was Cameron tonight.
It was. It was 2 players on Cameron between Angel and Reed, or was it Reed?
Sawyer Reed.
Sawyer Reed. That was kind of a two-man show between them two that done it. There's been turnovers on both sides. I do think that you're looking at 2 teams. You can tell are playing the first game of the year. You've got to just, if you're Clay Battel, you go back and watch the film, see what you can improve, and understand that you just played the state runner-ups from last year who are returning their star receiver and star quarterback to a
one-score game
on their field.
But
not
I
to be ashamed of.
I have a feeling, Chance, we're going to be back here come November. There's just a sneaky feeling here that these 2 teams will be playing deep into the postseason.
Yep, and if we're not back here, it probably means we're playing them in Charleston, and we'd take that too.
Yeah, absolutely, you'd take that too. All right, ball's at the 30-yard line here. 2nd down and 8, 1:32 left to go in the game. Toss, no, fake the toss here to Angel. Great play design. He's going to go cut back to the middle of the field here and go down. He will run the clock. as you approach about 1 minute and 20 seconds with the play clock. The play clock has not started.
He could have gained.
Officials timeout here.
He could have gained more yardage, and he decided to take more time off the clock by running around a little bit more.
All right. Going to reset the play clock here. As we're waiting for it here. 1:43 on the clock, 40-second play clock. Or sorry, 1:23 on the game clock, 40 seconds on the play clock. So that'll drop it down. If you take it all the way down, that will drop it to about 40.
You're going to be around.
Yeah.
You're going to be around 40, 35 seconds on a fourth down that then you're going to try to make. So that's probably going to put it. Maybe you get it back at 25 seconds. That doesn't mean you can't score. We've got speed at receivers. Now, they will probably go into a prevent defense at that time, but.
All right. Ball game decided here, or could be decided here. 3rd down and 8 with 50 seconds left as 10 seconds approaches on the play clock. As we get down to 5 seconds here, 2 receivers on each side. Running back is to Angel's left. Angel keeps it. He gets the first down. He needs to just go down. He will, and that will ice the ball game.
Smart decision by a senior.
36 seconds left to go in this ball game here, and 2 teams have fought valiantly and will continue to fight valiantly throughout the season as we approach just 1 more snap left to go in this game.
Well, I'm safe to say, I know we normally talk about this after, but it's a little bit chilly, and I'm sure we'll come back. But I'm definitely going to go with the player of the game being the wide receiver for Cameron Reed with 126 yards and a TD.
Cameron Reed, you mean Sawyer Reed?
Sawyer Reed. I said for Cameron is what I was meaning.
For Cameron. Okay, gotcha.
The receiver Reed.
Well, it's hard to go against Case and Angel, man. Like, the kids played extremely well. He's really commanded the offense extremely well as well. And you really can't complain too much. And for the Seabees, who would you name as the player of the game?
It's got to be, once again, it's going to be the receiver on the other side. But Braden Ponseroff had, let me get it up here, had 6 catches for 94 yards and a phenomenal catch for a TD. He also had the fumble recovery for a touchdown. So he's got 2 TDs, 1 on offense, 1 on defense. Has played a great game.
As the light show begins here and the clock strikes 0, Battelle falls to 0-1. Cameron goes to 1-0 and will look to defend their crown as state runners-up. Both teams fought valiantly. Post-game wrap-up is presented by Z-Bart of Morgantown, here to restore your vehicle's original showroom beauty and shine from the inside out. In the Fort Pierpont Center in Morgantown, or search Z-Bart Morgantown online. Well, Chance, we finally got some football in. You're taking a little bit of R&R for the next couple weeks, so it'll just be me over the next couple weeks, but we will be at home come Frontier next week at 7 p.m. kickoff time. And then after that, we will have Valley Wetzel, as you can come to WAJR.com for all of your CB's action. Once again, I am Ethan Collins. Final thoughts, Chance?
If you're the CBs, you just got to build off this. This was a hard-fought game, and you have a lot of new moving parts between the transfers you brought in. Still a quarterback that is definitely maturing from sophomore to junior. I just think at this point in time it's something to really build off of, because when you're playing a team that's the state runner-ups, returning their star receiver, returning their star quarterback, yes, they had to fill some holes too, but you just played them to a 1-touchdown game on their home turf, and there's nothing to be ashamed of. You take this, you build off of it, and you try your best to win out from here. and know that you're going to face them.
Well said. All right, wrapping it up here from Cameron, West Virginia. Once again, your final score, Cameron Dragons 22, Clay Battelle Seabees 16. Good night from Cameron, West Virginia.
High school football on WAJR has been brought to you in part by Advanced HVAC and Plumbing, keeping your home cozy year-round. Morgantown's residential HVAC and plumbing leader for over 20 years. Online at advancedheatingandcooling.info. By HealthWorks Rehab and Fitness, West Virginia's choice for physical therapy for over 45 years. When your body hurts, go to HealthWorks. Find a location near you. Go to healthworksrf.com. By Lang Monument, family owned